I'm gonna start this off.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Seen that? I'm sorry, I'm just fucking with you. Seen that video I sent with what's his face? Moist Critical.
No, I've been busy today.
You've been swamped. All right, yeah.
It's been a very
So when you get a chance, and all the viewers, when you get a chance, or listeners rather, when you get a chance, look up Google AI VEO. It's probably the scariest version of AI I've ever seen in my entire life. This one's gonna cause like problems. It makes movies, and it has sound with the movies.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing this. Yeah, this is dude.
Yeah, there are no no inconsistencies with the fingers. The lip syncing when they talk is like on point. You can actually just type in what you want them to say, and then it will say it, and like via prompts and stuff like that. Like I saw somebody make a fake Dr. Umar meme where it says "Snow Bunny, Black Queens Forever, Snow Bunnies Never," and it was like it was a dude in the dashiki or the soapbox screaming it, and it was like white women saying no snow bunnies or no snow bunnies or whatever. But it looked real, like it looked like they were out in the streets, and I thought it was real for a minute until I looked in the comments, and everybody's like, "This is Google VO2," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, so my question to you is, what the fuck is the point of all this shit? Like, I'm not trying to be conspiracy brain. I'm genuinely trying to find a point to all this. Like, what is the point to all this?
I mean, they don't need us anymore, Montrell. Like, we're fucked. We are cooked. The general human who isn't rich or in the government, working for a government, you're fucked, brother. Like, it's over. We're done.
In the Moist Critical video, he was showing streamers, like somebody made Google AI VO with streamers, or like with just fake streamers or whatever. So it actually had fake gameplay of somebody playing Minecraft. It wasn't actually Minecraft. I
saw Fortnite.
And then a fake, in the Fortnite, and it wasn't Fortnite, or it wasn't. Neither one of those were real. It was all AI generated. In both. One looked like Fortnite. The reason I didn't know was the only reason I could tell that Fortnite wasn't real is because like it generated like a random like pickaxe out of nowhere or something like that.
Yeah.
But the Minecraft one genuinely looked real. I thought that was like the actual gameplay of Minecraft of Minecraft. And I was just like, dude, what the fuck is going like not even video games are real like in that shit now. Like that's fucking crazy. Like someone can just fake gameplay now.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they can fake anything they want at this point. I mean, like, I don't know. Since the AI stuff has kind of taken off, like we've been dealing with this, right? Like, I think Twitter's like a horrible place now. Like, I mean, it was already a horrible place, but this has made it worse because now you can't. Not only are people like toxic as fuck to each other, but now we have content that is like you have to go into the comments to find out if it's real or not. Like, it's like you can't even just scroll and like see a funny video and be like, oh, that's funny. Now it's like I have to go verify if the cat video is real. You know, it's like it sucks. It's a horrible experience. And I don't know, man. This is what we asked for, isn't it? We didn't push back enough. We're not pushing back enough on this. You know, it's like
I mean, they're my company's literally building data centers as we speak. It's going to get worse.
Yeah. Oh, I know. My company is too. Like we're like investigating using AI and shit as well for like, selling stuff and doing certain things. And it's like, I don't know. Me and Jet were talking a little bit and we were just like, dude, I am so over this AI bullshit already. The thing is, right now, I think from a corporate standpoint, it's still a very buzzwordy, fad of the day type thing to me.
Bro,
I don't think its practical applications are really there quite yet, for it to be useful to businesses.
You're right. We one of our strategies for this year was like to implement more AI into our systems because we're a construction company or whatever. So certain parts of it I can see, right? But the way we're implementing it, I just don't understand. Like we hire an AI guy, right?
Yeah.
And
he makes
no shades.
He makes $250,000 or something, right? Like,
bro, it's so crazy. And it's like, and like his first project, he told us like, I'm not going to get too much information, but first project he told us it was just like I was like, why do we need AI for that? Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like
Just to
in
prove we
other
can,
companies,
Montrell. Just to prove we can. It's like it's
but
not
it's
even
like
practical.
that's it. To me, it sounded like they were trying to get rid of one of our teams, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Anyway, I just think it's I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Something's going to have to happen before it gets regulated, and then it's going to burst. I think someone's going to fake a government video or something like that, and it's going to cause a major cataclysmic
Yeah.
event, and then people are going to be like, "We have to regulate the fuck out of this shit. Like, this is crazy."
Like
This
Trump,
Google,
somebody makes a video of Trump saying something heinous and it looks perfectly
ex-
normal, like
exactly, yeah,
and it
exactly.
becomes like a news story and it's not real or something, it's like
Well, you know what
oh
the problem is? Trump
yeah.
has been making AI videos of himself. Like he made the AI video of himself being the Pope,
Oh
and
my
shared it
god.
on Truth Social,
Jesus
and like
Christ. Yeah.
the Catholic Church was like very upset by that shit. By the way, so
I'm not surprised. I mean, they're upset by many things, so except when their priests touch children, or that was fine apparently. But it's okay.
exactly. But it's just like, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, keep going.
No,
I'm sorry.
no. I mean, I think you're right. I think it's either something like that has to happen, or I think unemployment rates in the U.S. or we're talking U.S. specifically. I mean, this is a worldwide issue,
Yeah,
but within your country, like, need to go up in order for some action to be taken. Like, because having an unemployed populace in a country the size of the United States is a problem.
yep.
Especially in a capitalist society that is mostly free market. It's like you can't have a populace that doesn't work and earn income, because then they're not going to spend any money on anything. This is like
Yep.
this is where this is I almost like laugh at it, because there's a huge irony to the idea of business owners being so self-interested in terms of their own profits that they pursue a technology that kills their workforce, to the point that they all do it enough where it might kill enough of the workforce where no one has any money to spend on their bullshit. It's like, because nobody
Well,
can work. It's like,
I think that's the thing. I think
I don't know.
they
It's
can
funny.
generate so much fake money now that they don't really need us anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but what happens?
they,
What even happens at that point? Do we all just die? Like, is that the idea? Like,
I
I don't know.
honestly, I think so. I'm not trying to be like hyperbolic or anything, but like, I think they genuinely don't care. Like, genuinely don't care. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not even trying to be like super like socialist or whatever. I just think there has to come to a point where the workers need to be at the forefront of
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
everybody's thing or whatever. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. It's only a matter of time before we start getting AI complete generated AI movies. Um,
Or games,
in
or
game. I
TV
mean, we already got
shows.
those. I mean, you
I mean,
remember Steam had
they
to crack
exist.
down
They
on it.
do. They do. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do exist.
remember Steam had to crack down on it because it was
Yeah.
it was fucking crazy at one point.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, but I think I'm saying like good ones, like ones where it's like they come out and it's like actually like a good functional game, Like
yeah,
we're
yeah.
heading there, I think it's scary that this took root in the creative spaces first, cuz that should honestly have been the last place that should have been touched by this, and it's weird that it was the first place and that people are so comfortable with it, you know. Um
Well, if you listen to a lot of tech heads talk, right? If you like listen to some of the podcasts and the people who like kind of pioneered this AI stuff, um, like me and you, like right, we'll say like that makes sense. Where you want AI to do minuscule tasks like maybe clean up the house for us, or do our taxes or some shit like that. Free up our time so that we can have more
right.
time to do more creative things and everything of that nature, right? But if you listen to some of these podcasts and some of the AI creators and stuff like that, they are. It's like they have a, and I don't want to say this for all of them, but it's like they have a not a bias, but a vendetta, I guess, against is it vendetta I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for. They just have like not a hatred, but like a jealousy of art because they can't do the art, and it takes a
Yeah.
while to get there, right? But they want to make their own art. You know, you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they want to take the shortcut, which is like copy everybody's stuff with AI and then type in some prompts. Which I will say, prompt engineering is a thing. I believe that in itself is sort of an art, but like not to the point. I just don't like that it's stealing from other art. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
like I don't like I think about it myself, right? Like I've always wanted to make a game, and the idea of AI making it significantly easier for me to do so is appealing in a certain way. But like you just said though, that's like the problem is though that it's taking this shit from existing stuff. It's not creating its own new thing when it's creating something for you because it's not really creating it. It's just taking it and kind of mashing things together into a recognizable form,
yeah,
And that's the problem. I'd feel really uncomfortable using it in that regard until that changed, Um, because
yeah,
I don't, yeah,
I think the AI, like when I was doing game design, what I wanted was certain stuff. When I'm like scaling back certain things or like doing certain things within it, I wanted AI. Like, man, it'd be so cool if I didn't have to do this manually. Like if I do one side of the body, which is a thing. Like you can mirror it when you do one side of the body, and the other side automatically does that or whatever. But it's just like little things like adding skin textures, adding this, and that, third. Like if AI could like somehow like be a tool and that asset be a asset to me instead of like actually doing the work for me, then I think that would be a lot better. Or like imagine like you say, like you just want the AI to generate, you make one box or whatever the case may be, and you want the AI to kind of like, hey, make some boxes or other material based off this thing that I've created or whatever, right? And then that
Mhm.
way it just generate the assets based off the assets you already made because it kind of knows what type of stuff you're doing or whatever. I
Yeah,
think that's doable within your project, in your scope. I think that's what AI should be used for. I don't think AI should be used to make whole soundtracks like sound like Jay Z or uh you know Rage Against the Machine or something like that. Like they have like all the music that's being made and everything like that. Like it's just so weird that like you said, like how it's targeting the art space first, and like it's because like some of these creators they want to do this stuff, but they don't want to put the effort into to understanding music theory or understanding anatomy to make characters and stuff of that nature or anything of that nature,
yeah, yeah. No, it makes sense. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Shit's happening too fast. I don't really know. Like, what do we do about it though? It's like, it's just like I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. What do we do about it? Like, I mean, we can vote, but like,
what are we voting?
our
Like, we're not voting on
yeah,
anything that directly impacts it though. We're voting for people that we
exactly.
hope have an opinion that aligns with ours about it. Like, they have probably not even talked about it. Most politicians at this point. Like, like there's I don't know. It's like, not using it obviously is one way, but that doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's all free for the most part, anyways, right now.
Yeah,
You can use most of these AI tools for free right now, to a degree. So that's not it really, it doesn't really help, It's like I don't know. I mean, like speaking out against it, sure, I guess, but it's like plenty of people speaking out against it. It's not doing anything. Companies are still doing it. Um, I think in like my company's case, I mean, I don't want to talk about directly like what we're using it for, obviously, but it's
yeah,
like,
obviously, yeah,
but there are applications of it that make sense for what my company does. So
mm,
I don't, as an inherent idea, I don't actually hate it for us necessarily, but my problem with it is that I just think it's too early. Like I think it's not going to work the way they want, and it's not going to be professional looking. The things it's going to generate for us. So I don't know. I'm like I'm of two minds about it because on one hand I'm really uncomfortable with it on the creative side in a lot of ways, but then as a tool, I think it is a great thing. It could be a great thing for people, like
Yeah, and
making. Yeah.
that's the thing I'm at too, right? I think how you say it's probably gonna make it can make people's lives better, but we're
Mhm.
just using it for evil right now. Like
Straight
I
up.
don't.
Yeah, we went. That's my point. That was my original point. Is like we went straight to the worst thing to use it for. Is like the creative fields. I don't understand why that is. And the fact that government hasn't done anything yet is actually kind of wild to me because they're literally just letting these companies steal, you know? Like steal people's work straight up because they're scrubbing websites, they're scrubbing websites for all this data which to be honest, like it almost makes you wonder why are they even allowed to do this stuff because they're just taking this data and they're storing it internally for themselves, you know and they're just coming on my website and like stealing it all. It's like that's almost like that'd be the equivalent of in real life of just going on somebody's property and like stealing their shit, to some certain degree,
Yeah,
and I don't know why that's legal. You shouldn't be able to come on my website and copy all this data off of my website. Obviously it's public, so it's one of those things. It's just kind of part of digital culture, but to the volume that it's being done, it's uncomfortable. If you're coming to my website and you copy paste a picture off of it, okay, fine. It's like whatever, dude. But if you're coming to my website and you're taking everything, all the pictures, all the words, all the art, everything, it's like that's kind of different. It's a little bit different. So, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's one of these things. Like either there's two situations with this with the government. Either they don't understand it enough to care, or they are kind of like in on it. They realize the potential of it to make everybody a lot of money, and they're just gonna let it go. So because they get the benefit of that too, because they're corrupt and take bribes. So I don't know. It's like lobbyists lobbyists win the day.
yeah. I think that's one thing that should just be totally illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Lobbying.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's legal bribery,
yeah.
straight up.
And
So
I just fear that our video games,
suffer.
yeah, we're suffer. Like right now, AI can't really make a good video game. Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, we already have like AI generated content as far as like microtransactions for like banners and all that stuff. Like in Call of Duty, they had a huge thing where some of the banners and tags and all that
yeah.
stuff were like literally AI generated,
Oh
and
my
they called it
god.
out or whatever. And like, I mean, I don't think anything came of it, but people called it out. It was like, this is definitely AI generated. This is not made by an artist.
No, it
Um,
happened with another game too. Actually, I've heard. I mean, this has actually become fairly common. In the industry that like some minor things are being done with AI. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, I've made the argument before on the show that like, is it valuable for an artist to make 20 different bushes? Like as an art asset. You know, would it not make more sense to have an AI do that kind of tedious work that isn't like necessarily a huge expression of artistic value per se? But I don't know. It's like, what's the line for that though? Obviously, if you feel that way about bushes, like how far does it go though? Eventually, does it get to character models? It's like, I would argue definitely not, right? I would not feel comfortable with AI doing that, generating that kind of stuff. But it's like that line's going to be different for everybody. So if if that's the case, we probably shouldn't open the gate at all. Like we shouldn't do the bushes because then we're going to argue about character models. And I don't know. It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It's just
yeah,
and the fact that this came like when this came out, I was like, I mean, I was seeing it. I saw like somebody posted a thread of like 10 videos, and I didn't watch them all, but like just like the little previews that it runs or whatever, or not
hmm
previews, but it like auto plays it, not full screen. Even looking at it at a glance, I mean, I'm sure you could probably find issues with it, but at a glance, like a quick skim, like it looks like a real video. It's like that's kind of scary, man. It's scary.
yeah. I agree. I I don't know. I just thought it was like really interesting to bring up because I think a lot more people should be looking into this. And on top of that, it also makes it very scary to like even put yourself online anymore. Like if you want to be like a content creator or something like that, like if you make one wrong move, someone can just make a video of you saying, I don't know, the N word a billion times or something like that, and then
Yeah.
you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Yeah.
just fucked
Yeah.
because it looks so real now. Like,
Yeah.
how can you prove that it's not you? You know?
Well, I think there's another uncomfortable part to this too, is that I think anybody who's been on the internet before AI became a thing, or these generative AI models became a thing,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know how the internet is. You can't scrub yourself from the internet, right? Like,
Yeah.
so all of us, any of us that put anything on the internet, like we weren't asked permission for these things to scrub our shit. It's just like you didn't know this was going to happen. It's just it's a really like fucked up thing. you know um they can scrub our Facebook pages, they can go through our fucking Facebook videos, they can go through whatever we ever posted on Twitter. Um that is kind of gross. So I don't know. I don't want, it is what it is. Well, I mean, we've talked about it in games. We'll continue to cover it here, but it's yeah, this new one is like, man, if this is, because when I was talking to Jed about it, I was like, I feel like the development of these things hasn't really advanced in the last like 3 years since they really kind of became part of the mainstream conversation. And then I say that, and then the next fucking day, Google drops this shit, and it's like, oh fuck, like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe
No.
they are actually advancing, and it's just
Yeah.
we're not
This
seeing it
one.
because they haven't released them yet. It's like,
Yeah. I mean,
uh,
I've been seeing the slow advance of the AI videos through like other people, like
mhm.
other engines have been doing it or whatever, and I always see it on Twitter, and it they always look okay or decent, but they don't really have like any kind of like substance to it. This one genuinely scares me because I'm like, this one can be bad. This one, someone can use it for some
Yeah.
crazy shit, and it can generate audio that looks and feels real. Nah, man, you got to get this one out of here, man. This one needs to be illegal. Like,
Yeah.
this one needs to be regulated. Um, I I don't know, man.
Now, well, in other news, the U.S. is getting rid of the penny, bro. Did you hear
Huh?
about this? Yeah, this happened today. The U.S. Treasury is no longer going to make pennies, which,
Okay.
um, so there's like kind of two different sides to this. Number one is it's going to save them money, making pennies. Pennies cost like 3.7 cents or something per penny. So it costs more to make a penny than what a penny is worth in our currency.
Okay.
It's also true of the nickel, I guess, apparently, actually. Nickels are cost like 13 cents to make or something.
The fuck.
um
Okay.
or yeah, 13.8 cents to make a nickel, to make each nickel. So the issue, I guess, with this is, or speculatively, is that by not making any pennies anymore, they're going to have to make more nickels, so it's not going to actually save any money. But at the same time, it's like penny's kind of useless. It's been useless for a long time. I would argue the same with the nickel, actually. Um,
Yeah.
they're
People
really
usually
not.
go straight to dimes or quarters now.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not useful coins for like actually making a transaction. And sure, there's always the story of the guy who saves up a million fucking coins and, goes and has like $2,000 of coins or some shit. It's like, yeah, cool, that's great, but that's not really what we're talking about here. Like, it's more about for normal transaction purposes. I think that the weird thing though is this does have ramifications because companies, like, how everybody does like 99 cents as their 11.99 or whatever for your product. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. Like, you're going to have to either round down to 95 or just go to 12.
Yeah.
And that is actually a big deal, I think, for business in the US. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know, but if you have any pennies, hold on to them for 100 years and maybe they'll be worth something.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think? I mean,
Maybe not.
do you feel like the penny should go away, or should we keep it?
Like you said, we don't really use it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, but then I don't know. I don't know what the vast ramifications of that are.
Yeah.
You know, like when does it stop? Does it stop when we get rid of the dollar? Like we're going to get rid of the nickel next, then we're going to get rid of the dime, then the quarter, and then what, the dollar, and then
yeah,
you just go digital after that. Like like when does it stop?
sure.
So
Why not? Let's just go to credits. Like futuristic sci-fi credits system.
yeah, I'm not ready for that.
That's funny. I think dimes are okay though because they don't actually cost more than they're worth to make. They only cost I think 5 or 6 cents to make per dime, so it's not too bad. Quarters are as of last year, almost 15 cents per quarter to make, so they're okay too. But nickels seem particularly egregious, so yeah, it's interesting. All right, Montrell, we've rambled enough. Let's get into the show proper here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Players Take, episode 323. I'm your host, Justin DeSimone, joined by my co-host, Montrell Rice. And this is usually our weekly show where we talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games or, U.S. currency, something like that. We post at 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app of choice. And if you'd like to send us questions, you can do so on Twitter at The Players Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com. All right, Montrell, we have rambled enough here. We got a lot of news to get through. Let's start like we always do with what we've been playing. Do you want to go first this week? Or have you just been playing League, or you been doing anything else?
I've just been playing League, so you can go first.
Okay, well, we'll start with League. So Jet and I have been grinding ranked duos the last 3 or 4 days. We got him to silver, so he's silver. I think he's silver 3 right now. And I am silver 1, 8 LP. I think this is the highest I've ever been. So I'm a few games away from gold potentially if we don't fuck it up. So we've been consistently winning more than we're losing right now, which is, it's been good, been fun. But I will say, man, God, man, playing League too much is it's a really mental drain. It's I am getting very tired of these bronze and silver players who think they're better than everybody, and think they know fucking everything, and that they think they know every move that everybody on the map should be making. And it's just really it's starting to get on my nerves. I've blown up on a couple people where I'm like, brother, you're not that good, you're silver, shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not as smart as you think you are, and it's they're always like, oh, yeah, well, I'm fucking I'm 10-5, bro, and you're 3-6. It's okay, shut the fuck up. It could be reverse next game, you fucking moron. These guys, they think every game is somebody's best game of League, and it's that's just not how League works. You don't play every game at the same level. It's just the way of it. That's true. That's fucking true in sports. That's true in anything you do. So I just get frustrated with these people, but I am starting to get particularly frustrated as an ADC playing with these randos. Just how I don't know. You've played ADC a little bit, so and you. It seems to be the role you are least interested in playing. From what I've heard you say, because you're always like, man, fuck ADC, that role sucks, I don't want to play it. So as somebody who plays it all the time, I'm getting particularly frustrated with this just trend I see of players. They don't even respect the fact that you're on the team. It's not necessarily in what they say, it's just the way they play the game, where They don't peel for you. They don't come and save you. They will literally, you'll be farming a lane that you are standing in, and they will walk up and then use an ability to take all the CS and walk away and go to the next lane and do the same thing. You know, and it's just like a level of assholery that I'm starting to, it's like this subtle asshole tendency where they think them getting the money is more important than you all the time, you know? And if you say something, they will literally say that, like, you're not going to do anything with the money anyways, you know? And it's like, I'm just getting really frustrated with it because, like, Jet sent that like Aoki video or whatever too about that smolder, and I watched about half of it and I couldn't finish it because, bro, he just spent the whole video talking shit about ADC players, like literally, like straight up, literally to the point where he's like, all you have to do is stand there and right click. You don't have to do anything else, like, and you'll just have a good game, you know. Don't die. And it's like, okay, man. Like, like, I'm sure this guy's super good. I don't even really know who Aoki is. I'm sure he's super fucking good at the game and he knows the game really well. But it's like, at the same time, like, fuck that mentality, man. Like, we all play the fucking same game, you know? I could break down your role the same fucking way. You know, it's like, you're a support. Oh, just make sure you ward, bro. You know, ward and de-ward, bro. You know, and then roam every once in a while. It's like,
which they don't fucking do, by the way.
Yeah, and they don't do anyway. So it's like, I am really tired of this like underlying toxicity in the way people play the game with you around. Like,
I honestly think they need to make the role stronger.
I don't even think that's it, dude. Because I will have games where I dominate the fucking game and I carry the team, and it's like clearer than day. And
when I say that,
Yeah.
I think it should be more of they should have more agency to be solo.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So like, a lot of them have good escape moves and stuff of that nature, but like then you have characters like Ashe and Varus who are classic ADCs who don't have anything. So I think sometimes they should be a little bit more tankier in their kit. They should have stuff to stop dives or something of that nature, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's just I secondary ADC because the only reason I do it is because I don't want to play jungle no more. I kind of go with jungle. I don't want to do it. I don't have the patience for it anymore. I think jungle role is, no offense to Salty or anybody who plays jungle now. I just think the role is not fun anymore because they made it so simple. They took the nuance out of it, and people can constantly just gank now with no rhyme because of the the XP catch up. Like, it used to be a strategy to like either gank or go for go for objectives or something of that nature. The other thing is, like, also when you do get it, people don't understand, especially in lower elo. Hold on real quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'll continue here. So I was like thinking about I was just thinking about the like flow of the way some of my games go. And this happened yesterday. I was playing Trist, and me and Jet kind of had a bad laning phase where we were both like 0-3, I think, against what was it? It was like, was it Zaya Rakan? No, maybe. No, it was Nyla. It was Nyla and Zyra, I want to say. And we had a bad laning phase. Like, we got beat in laning phase. So the rest of the team though treated us like we were useless that whole game, and like that was the game that really pissed me off because like they were just taking farm, you know, and they like, I would be going towards a lane and somebody's racing me there to try and steal all the CS, you know, and it's like, dude, you know, I get it, okay, like I had a bad lane phase and it's difficult for ADCs to get back in the game in that situation, because that's the way Riot design the fucking game, but it doesn't help though that you're coming to deliberately steal the farm, so I'm even further behind. You know, it's like I'm fighting my own teammates to even get back in the game. You know, it's just like, why am I even here? Should I just go sit in fountain? Like, I can't do anything. Like, I'm not the kind of character that can tank damage. You know, so it's like I can't just jump in and distract people for you. You know, it's like I need to be able to do something. You know, like do some kind of damage and hurt somebody. You know, So I don't. It's like that. It's just that kind of shit. Like really frustrates me because um I don't know. Like I'm not the type of ADC player who's like super me all the time. Like some games it happens that way, you know, but it's like but for the most part, I just want to win the game. So it's like I will come help with Dragon. I'll come help with objectives. I try to be present for fights if they're nearby, you know? Like I'm not trying to like I'm not just sitting in lane farming all game, you know? Like I don't play the role like that. So that's why I get pissed off when people treat me like I play the role like that, you know, like I'm a fucking moron, you know. And when I have a game where like I dominate the whole game, you know, and it's like I carry the game and like you end the game and it's like maybe I shouldn't take this personally, but I kind of do sometimes where literally nobody honors me on the team except for Jet, who's my duo partner. You know, it's like dude, it's like they almost resent the fact that I had a good game because I'm the ADC. It's just like league players are so petty and like small. Like it
Well,
just I don't know, man.
this is the thing. This is what I hate about League, man. Like I think they just need to really scale back all the damage from everyone else. Um,
Yeah.
I really think tanks should not be doing damage anymore. I'm sorry. Like if you play that role, then you have to just give people incentives to just be super beefy. You know,
Yeah.
like make the fights last longer. There's just so much damage in the game, and I know we just got past like the durability update like 3 years ago or something like that, but then they just went in the complete opposite, and it's just so much damage in the game, and like to just being an ADC for instance, right? It's fuck here. Um, I don't know. Something just got stuck in my keyboard, dude. The fuck?
You okay?
I'm just having a bad day. But
It's okay.
but like, yeah. So I just think people need to chill the fuck out with certain
Yeah.
stuff, and especially with ADCs or whatever. I think ADC should the role is called attack damage carry, and I think games should be. I mean, they are 35 to 40 minutes long and everything like that. I actually like that the games are longer, and I don't mind when the ADC is powerful at 35 minutes in the game or 40 minutes into the game. Like when
Yeah.
Smolder gets big, I don't mind it, but because it's our fault for letting the game go that long where
Yeah.
we've been dominating
Totally.
the game. So and that's the other thing, right? I think the other thing I don't like about the game is just it's just so punishing being a low elo player. Um,
Yeah.
I I I I've literally uninstalled the game. Yes, last night I had such a bad I had such a bad 2 days with this game. I was like, I'm not done with the league. I'm taking a step back from it because I've watched my games and I've tried to analyze my games and even had other people like just look at it or whatever. Like some of my friends on my friends list that like I don't really talk to y'all with them, but and they're just like, yeah, like you sometimes you could have done this a little bit better, but like overall, like there's nothing you could have done. Or you like, yeah, you had a bad game right here or something
Yeah.
like that, right? And it's
Yeah.
just um like you said, everyone thinks they know the right call for everything, and
Yeah.
that's why I mute everything. I mute all and everything or whatever.
Right.
But the problem is, everyone gets so fucking toxic now, and they get so bent out of shape that people will literally just stop playing the game if you don't do exactly what they say.
Yeah.
And in three of my games in particular, over yesterday, I've had like crazy off meta bot lanes. I had like a fucking LeBlanc Trendemir bot lane. I've had like a fucking some weird mage bot lane. And then the other team had like an off meta bot lane and they won. And I was just like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And I'm not trying to blame my teammates. I'm like genuinely like every game that I lost, the one common factor in that game is me, right? So I'm like looking at what I'm doing wrong and everything of that nature, and I just can't figure it out. And my thing is like if I'm studying games like this, I can be actually studying like for my search or stuff like that. So I'm just like
Yeah.
that's why I said like I'm not
Yeah.
going to really be doing this. Like if I'm studying games, then I can be studying for my certs. And like that's when I came to the realization, like I just probably need to uninstall this game if I'm doing that. And I'm taking 35 minutes to review an hour to review a fucking game that I lost or whatever. And Like I like the mental gymnastics the game puts you through, but it's becoming too much, and I can't carry I can't carry. I tried to play as Ari, and I climbed out of bronze with Ari, and then I tried to climb out of bronze. I climbed all the way to gold 4 with Ari, and then the game just shitted on me. It literally felt like that. And I know that's not what the case is, but it literally felt like the game just shitted on me and was like, "Now we're going to give you the worst team you've ever thought possible. We're going to give you the worst players ever. Like this is what is going to happen." And I consistently lost games, and then I would consistently win. Like then I would go on another win streak, like a 10-game win streak or whatever. I'll climb myself all the way back up to silver 1. Then the game's like, oh, great. Now we're going to give you terrible teammates again. And then it just shits on me again. And I'm just like, I don't understand. And I'm like, is it me? Like, how can I win 10 games in a row and then just lose 10 games in a row? It doesn't make sense to me, you know? Like, it seemed like the game is really trying to keep you at a 50% win rate when it's just not fair. Like, keep me at my elo. Like, keep me at my, don't put other players in my elo that are like higher elo than me. Then I'm looking at the other team. Sometimes they're gold 1, gold 2. And then my team is bronze 1, silver 2, silver 3, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is going on here?
How is that
like,
even possible in the same game? That shouldn't that feels like it shouldn't even happen.
When I win 10 games in a row, I look at the general thing, and sometimes that happens in my games, and I really feel like the game is just literally trying to make me lose. And like I know like Riot denies it and everyone denies it, but it genuinely feels like that. And I was just like, yeah, that's when I made the conscious decision just to uninstall the game. And I was just like, especially when I blew up at that dude. When that dude, I knew he wanted to talk shit to me. I knew it, and I accepted it. I accepted the chat anyway because I knew he wanted to talk shit to me, and I fed into it or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, I need to take a step back from the game because it's just not. It's not healthy for me, and I don't think the game in itself is trying to make the game fair for you. I think low elo and high elo are completely even mid. I'll say mid elo as well. Like I think platinum, emerald, and like low diamond, high gold, platinum, emerald are completely different ball games from like low gold, silver, and iron and bronze or whatever.
Yeah.
I think people need to understand that. I think you can give someone all the tools in the world, unless you're like a master ranked player, right? You can give like a normal player who only has time to play like 3 or 4 games a day, if that. You can give them all the tools in the world, all the coaching in the world, and they still won't climb past like maybe platinum or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I just don't. I watch other YouTubers and I watch like videos on like how to get better and all this other stuff like that, and I implement those in my games. And the game and the advice is at its odds in itself. And I said this already. Like they said, oh, you're playing as mid laner, you're supposed to be the most selfish person. It's a team game. What the fuck you mean I'm supposed to be the most selfish person? Like, what are you talking about? It's a fucking team game. Like, I have to play around my team. Like, no matter what, I have to do that. Any role, I have to, unless I'm like a split pushing Yorick or Tryndamere, which I think breaks the game in my opinion. But like, unless I'm that role, I have to play like that. And it's just when you have complete, like it feels like idiots on your team because maybe they are having bad games, but like, why is it consistently? It feels like it's consistently on my end that we're having bad games. I would like yesterday. The reason I was so upset and I quit the game, I left the chat or whatever because I was playing against. I was vexed against a Silas mid, shitting on the Silas. I kid you not. 20 minutes into the game, 0-3. I had 30 more farm than him and everything. Bot lane takes they're getting, I think they're getting either they're like going even with their bot lane or whatever, and they end up taking their tower. Like they took over their tower and then they wanted to swap or whatever. So like, and this is another thing. Like people don't understand the lane structures or lane states and phases of games. So they kept going back bot lane, and then Silas went bot lane, and then I was trying to swap with them. But if I swap with them, then if I try to tell them to go mid, then I'm leaving my tower open to be crashed in on by the ADC, by their ADCs that came to my lane, by their bot lane that came to my mid lane.
Right.
Silas goes bot. Kid you not, in 5 minutes, bro, he got 3 kills. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look up 25 or 30 minutes into the game, he's 6-3. And I'm like, where did he get these 3 kills from? Nah, he's just unstoppable. He's just killing everybody across the map. And I'm just like, dude, I contained this dude already. Why couldn't anyone else just contain their lanes? Why don't people listen to pings? Why don't, like, you don't need chat on, bro. You can listen to a fucking ping and be like,
yeah, right.
I don't know. And as a person who did play jungle, when I see junglers make dumb decisions, dumb mistakes, and then I try to play jungle, and it just, like, I feel like I'm being punished for making good decisions. Like, I need to play a character like fucking Master Yi or something like that. I feel like the game right now just really, really punishes players from playing like advanced champions. Like, if you play a simple champion, if you play an Annie, if you play a fucking Lux, if you play Master Yi, if you play a Garen, if you play these simple champions, you would just win the game. If you play fucking Mumu, the problem is those characters are so fucking boring to play. I literally hate playing those characters.
I agree. I'm in the same boat. Well, I think this is my kind of issue with League as a game design wise, is that they're really bad about making complicated and high skill ceiling characters effective, even when you're highly skilled. Like, I think about Zeri as an example, right? Apparently Zeri was like OP when she came out, like completely broken, and they had to redesign her kit, and they kind of gutted her, as a result, and she has never been the same since. So they just made this character basically that sucks. And even if you're good with her, it's like it's an uphill climb to be stronger than somebody playing like Misfortune or something,
Well, they did the same thing with Akali.
What is even the point? What's the point of having that character in the game, though? Is like why would anybody choose to play Zeri over Misfortune? It's like, you exactly. Wouldn't. Like, you wouldn't. There's no, like, so when I'm playing, because I feel like Jhin is one of those more complicated characters, and I feel like I've gotten good with him, but like I feel like I have to so ridiculously outplay people in order to beat them in fights sometimes, where it's like they're playing Trist and all they have to do is W on me, bomb, and then Q, and I lose the fight. It's like, if they're an equal farm with me, like, that's the result of the fight. I have to position myself immaculately to win that, like it's just, and maybe people would say that's a counter, and like Triss is just a counter to Jhin, in some regard. And to a degree she is, so, but it's like, but I don't feel like, but to your point, like Triss is super strong right now. And I just feel like it's an unga bunga character, like you just jump on people, you throw the bomb on them, you hit your Q, and you auto attack them till they die. It's like, and then maybe sometimes you time your ult so that it kills them, and it's like, and that's how you burst people down, and it's like, it's not a hard character to play. And I just think there's too much like that in League that's like heavily rewarded. And at the risk of, being the Dota guy, like, Dota does a much better job of designing complicated characters, that are effective when played well. I'm thinking of like the one that I love, like Timbersaw. He's really complex. He's hard to play. Like, he has a high skill champion, is super active. Like, you have to be constantly using abilities and thinking about positioning and where you want to fucking go and shit like that. But if you do it well, you can fucking dominate with him. It's like you are rewarded for being skillful with that character. League is not like that, where it's like, if you're good at Zeri, you might be as strong as a shitty Tristana. It's like, okay, then why are you playing Zeri? Like, there's no point, bro. It's like,
well, the problem is, right, with Zeri, right, with characters like Zeri. I remember when Zeri was released. So the problem was, and it's the same thing with Akali that Brad complains about, but Brad is totally correct in his assessment.
Yeah.
Both those characters in low elo and mid elo, I call it, terrible. 40% win rate, bro.
Yeah.
fucking ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ass, bro.
Yeah.
Complete butt
Totally.
cheeks.
Hmm.
Pro play, gods among men. Literally gods among men. Like, if you
Yeah.
knew how to play Zeri, you couldn't beat her, bro. There was
Yeah.
no way to beat her at all. And then they gutted her because her pro play was just like almost like an 80%, 90% win rate, bro. It was
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Her high elo play, same thing. Like, it was like a 60% win rate. Akali, the same thing, right? So, but diamond high diamond players and pro play players are literally like 2 to 3% of the player base. So
Yeah.
you're punishing every other player base. You're punishing 95% of your player base because 5% of your player base is just extremely good at the character.
Yeah.
That's not
Right.
that's not good balancing. And that's
Yeah.
why Zeri's that's why Zeri's where she at.
Yeah.
But then you have a character like fucking Yumi who can just, I jump on you, bro, and I just press a button, and then you get shield, you get heal, and I can stop attacks, bro.
Yeah.
Completely
Yeah.
fine, bro.
Right.
Completely. It, I don't understand it. I don't understand League of Legends design philosophy. It's to the point now, and in high elo redditors or like Garen, for instance, right? Is an absolute fucking menace on the ref right now. Bro, it's insane. And I'm not
Yeah.
even low elo complaining right now. I'm not low elo bitching. Even high elo players are like, this character's fucking insane. He gets stride breaker, and then he gets dead man's plate, and then
Yeah.
he builds crit. He
Yeah.
builds like fucking uh not Last Dance. What is it called? Giant Slayer or whatever the fuck it's called. Lord Dominic's
Lord
Resolve or something like
Dominic's. Yeah. Lord
Lord
Dominic's
Dominic's, and
guards.
then he builds fucking Infinity Edge or whatever.
Yeah.
He builds Stridebreaker, Deadman's Plate, some tier boots, and then he goes. God forbid he goes. I don't think he can build Rapid Fire Can. I think that's like melee only, but he can go like Flicker Blade, I think, or he can just
Yeah.
go straight into like um Lord Dominic's Resolve or and some other crit item, right? Infinite Blade. He can jump on you. He can run at you, super speed, right? Silence you,
Yep.
spin on you,
Yep.
ult you, and then run away. No counterplay to that. How are you supposed to counterplay that? I've literally watched Garen just run at people. Like everybody's like, oh, you can just CC him, bro. CC him. If he has Merc treads, that CC lasts for like 1 second, bro.
Yeah.
He
Right.
still runs at you,
Yeah.
spins on you, silences you, ult you, and you're out. And then if you don't get killed by the ult, he has ignite, and he just gets away. God forbid he has fucking ghost. God fucking forbid he has ghost.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, you're dead. He comes in at the speed of Flash, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's literally Goku. He's literally instant transmissioning, punching people in the air, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's not. I don't understand why Freak is saying this is broken. Like Freak is like literally going out his way to nerf this character. Like he had a 30-minute patch rundown just on Garen alone.
Oh no. How does it get to this state though, man? Like I don't understand. Like it's not like they buffed Garen, right? Or did they? I don't like.
He's
I
just
don't
been
know, man.
untouched, bro. Untouched. Oh, he's a noob friendly character. He's supposed to be for the new people, whatever. They are not using this character. The people that are using this character are people who understand what Garen can fucking do.
Well,
Same thing with Mel. Like
yeah.
they are not using these characters, man.
No, and when you design a character for new players, right? But you make it super powerful so that they can have fun and be effective in the game, that just means that people who are better than them will use that character more effectively than they will because it's easy to play. You know, it's like I don't understand why they don't get that logic. Like you can't just make a character who's like, super easy to fucking play and expect it to not terrorize the fucking rift, man. Like I don't know. Like, I think this is the issue with damage being so high. I mean, we've talked about this before, right? This is a philosophical issue with League. that we have that I don't think Riot has any interest in ever changing or solving in any regard. But the reason Dota works as this game where you have all these characters that do absolutely insane shit, and I mean, I'm not fucking with you. If you played Dota and you like read the abilities and you saw them in action, you would be like, what in the fuck is going on, dude? Like, this character can do this, all these fucking things, you know? But the reason it works is because everybody's tanky in Dota for the most part. It's like there isn't burst in the way that League has it, where you just go QWE, character dead, walk away, walk out of battle, and then you wait for the cooldowns to go, and then QWE, somebody's dead. You know, it's like there's not gameplay like that in Dota, like, because everyone's tankier, you know, in general. Like, the game is just, and yes, eventually people are throwing out crazy damage, you know, like that's over the course of the game, you know. In League, dude, like, I can get walked up on at level 3 and I'm getting blown up. Like, I got 1,000 HP and bro, I'm dead in fucking 3 abilities, you know. And it's like, what is going on here? Like, how is this balanced? You know, I'm an ADC. This is the other issue with ADC. Like, to your point about the lack of agency, right? I have to sit here and like farm for half the game to be powerful, you know? Like, I'm not necessarily powerful at level 1. It's not that I'm weak. In the right situations, you can do a lot of damage, but dude, in the strict terms of things though, like, the power curve of an ADC is the slowest in the game compared to everybody else, you know? And it's like, it's kind of unfun at a certain point to play the role in a game like League, because you're punished for being the ADC, like, straight up. If you run into the jungler, you know, most junglers out in the river by yourself, you're fucking dead. You're not getting away, dude. Like, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. Your only shot is being cute with like flash over a wall, or like misdirecting them in some way, or praying to God that a teammate's close enough to come fucking save you. Like, it's just you know what, it really pisses me off when I'm in lane and I'm like in the middle of the lane, right? I'm not even over a river yet. I'm in the middle of the lane, but I'm like I'm just slightly a little bit too far up where like the jungler comes behind me, and I'm that being out of position like that, those few, like, you know, centimeters of distance or meters of distance, whatever you want to call it. Like, that's the difference between me living and dying in League. Like, that level of positioning mistake. It's like, it's just, I don't know. It is exhausting. There's an exhausting element to it. It's like, I'm having fun. We're climbing. Me and Jed are climbing. But these little things, like playing ADC, I don't know why I'm playing this role. I feel like I'm like making this harder than it needs to be. Like, I should go do something else. Like, I should play a different role, you know?
Yeah, just
It's
play
like,
top lane, bro, and pick Garen, and then just
yeah.
run everybody down.
just pick Garen or Set, you know, every game, dude. Like,
Yeah, man. Just,
you know,
it's literally no counterplay to that. They just run people down and CC them to death, and
you take half their health with one Q as Set. You know, it's like, yeah, bro. Yep, balance.
God forbid they CC you. Just W is set, and my God, if they're in front of you, you get 100.
They're dead.
You get 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 true damage. Boom, you're dead. It's cool.
And you get a shield that's twice as big as your health bar. You know, it's like, so.
Yeah. Why am I even playing mid lane? I know it was dead.
I don't either. We're making the game hard for ourselves, Montrell.
Yeah, I can just pick Yorick, and then I can just throw minions at the base, bro. Like, I can just split push.
Keep knocking
with my little shovel. Yeah, knock towers down. Oh man, you're cute with your little macro. Split push. Win the game.
Oh man.
You're making 4D chess moves in your head. I'm just gonna split push, bro. What are you talking about? So split push. That's it.
Yeah. No, that's ultimately the problem. Is like, I feel like sometimes, like, I feel like the game is so imbalanced where I'm in a position where I have to play like I'm 4 ranks higher than the other person that's playing the game in order to win, you know? And it's like,
and God forbid you have a bad game, bro.
Absolutely. God forbid, dude. You know, the whole team's flaming you. They got the enemy team flaming you. Like, you're the worst ADC they've ever seen, dude. Oh my God. You missed a W. You're so shit at the game, you know? That was one of my favorites. Was I had a Silas in a game and we were invading the enemy team, and I took W first as Jin, right? And Silas throws his chains and he hits the person, and I'm running up and I hit the W and I didn't time it totally correct. I don't know Silas's CC duration, for his stun or whatever. So I
Yeah.
mistimed it a little. The person sidestepped and they got away, and then Silas starts pinging me, and he's like, Jin, you missed your W. And it's like, and he's like doing the question mark ping or whatever on me. And it's like, dude, like the game hasn't even started yet. Like, we're literally not even in the lanes and you're already talking shit to me. It's like, okay, I missed the W. Big fucking deal, bro. Like, for all you know, I hit it, and then all of a sudden the enemy team shows up and kills 3 of us. It's like invading is stupid anyways. I don't know why anybody fucking does it. Like,
this is why I turned off my chat. I know Jets is the fun. When I'm playing norms, I turn on my chat. When I play ranked, I turn off my chat because it is the most toxic shit I've ever. Because I'm really focused, and when I'm focused and someone breaks my concentration, I get really, really frustrated.
I spiral,
try not to
dude.
be.
I can spiral. Yeah.
And like it's just. You say one thing to me because I'm like super focused or whatever, like it really like throws me the fuck off. And it shouldn't, but that's why I just turn the chats off now because I'm like, I turn the chats off. I turn like the enemy announcer off when she's like enemy first blood. That pisses me the fuck off. I turn all that shit off, bro. The only thing that's playing is music and like the sound effects of the characters. That's it. So like I don't want to get tilted by anything, and it helps me, but it's like. The other team, like your teammates, take that shit to like heart, especially when they're typing in chat. They may be like saying strategies in chat or whatever. I don't hear it. I don't see it rather because I don't. You could be like the most friendliest person ever. I don't care because for every friendly person in the league, there are 8 other assholes waiting to just tear my head off, and I don't care about it. So, I don't know. I think they. I know they're trying to get rid of the toxicity or whatever.
Good luck. They should have done this 10 years ago or fucking 15 years ago. I don't know why it took them so long to care about this. Because, I mean, this has always hurt the game, Always. This is the reason why they don't get new players, It's not just the idea of like new players playing League is insane. It's the Herculean effort that a person has to go through to learn this game and deal with the toxic fucking community on top of learning the game. It's why would you bother, dude? Go play Apex or PUBG or something. It's like why would you bother playing League? I don't, I just can't. I don't know. It's like hard for me to wrap my head around that because it's like, and the idea that Riot is now taking it seriously enough that they want to do something. But it's like, dude, the game's been around since 2010. Like, why is it just now that you care? It's probably because their profits are fucking taking a hit.
It is. That's exactly what it is. But they won't do anything about the Smurfing. They won't, like, even if you are a new player, you're going to go against Smurfs. So you have to tackle the Smurf issue. You have to tackle all these issues that the community has been asking for. You have to tackle your AI bots. Like, make them like Dota bots. Dota bots are crazy good. Or to me, because I don't play Dota, right? So when I do play Dota and I'm playing against these bots, like they're doing moves that you were even saying, like, man, they are kind of moving like humans or whatever. And I think that's where AI comes into play for video games. Have AI read, because you're not taking away from the players. You're just reading their movements in the game. Right. Have the AI learn it, and then incorporate that into your system.
Yeah, I know. That's one place AI in video games makes so much sense. Like actual AI bots, like playing the game. Like they could be so good at the game, you could make them as crazy good as you want, but I mean, I don't know, dude. There was a, cause it's just like another thing of like toxicity. There was a game we were playing with a Yi who was our jungler. And this guy started the game 9-1, Montrell, right? So you would think we've seen Salty play Yi. When he gets a lead, it's over, dude. The game's over. The rest of us are irrelevant, Salty takes over the game and he just wins, so you would think like a Yi, even in low elo, a Yi that's that fed 9-1, significantly fed, like would take over the game. No, bro, this guy proceeded to bully the entire team, pretty much tell all of us that we don't know what we're doing, we don't know how to play, and we're all idiots, and we should be doing what he needs, what he says. He was screaming at Yone who was on our team. Who the Yone was mostly silent, and me and Jet were sitting there like, I actually kind of like this Yone. Like I don't think he's a problem, you know. But the Yi was like fucking up this dude's ass, and then there was a Mundo in the game. I'm pretty sure they were duoed with each other because Mundo was agreeing with everything Yi was saying, and Yone is just like fucking like getting yelled at the entire
Silent.
game by these dudes.
He's
Yeah,
just
well, no,
silent
and
the
he
entire
was
time.
silent for the most part. I think eventually he got sick of the Yi because the Yi was fucking obnoxious as shit, dude. He was pinging constantly. I don't even know how he was playing the game, because he was pinging so much. But like this dude proceeded to, so he started 9-1 and we were winning the game, right? We were we were all doing okay. I wasn't doing super great, but I was okay. Like it was a very much winnable game. We were up by 20 kills,
Yeah.
early in the game, like 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, we were up by like 20 kills. I think we even got dragged like Soul or whatever as well, pretty early, also. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know what happened. Yi and Mundo, they both just started inting, like, into the enemy team. And they were getting mad at me. They were getting mad at Jet. They were getting mad at Yone because they would int into the enemy team and we were not nearby to fight with them. And it's like, bro, that is not how the game works. You know we're not nearby, so don't go in. Like, it is that simple. Straight up. You are a fucking moron. Like, like I don't understand. Like, we were pushing lanes. Yone literally took an inhib at one point in the game by himself, while they were inting into the enemy team in our jungle for no fucking reason, and they're yelling at him. They're like pinging him, like, "What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?" I don't know. He's winning the game, dude. Like, he's pushing their tier 4 towers. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They did this the entire game, and then at the end of the game, we ended up losing, obviously. And then at the end of the game, because this dude ended up going like 14-12 or something. Like, he started like 9-1 and he was like 14-12. And at the end of the game, he's like just sitting there and he's like, I can't play with this team, man. Like, he's like talking to the enemy team. He's like, they're just like they don't help with anything. It's hard to win when the team doesn't help. And it's like, bro, you go off on your own and you die, and then you blame us and say we're not helping. It's like, dude, we're not nearby. Like, you're not communicating what you're doing. You're just inting. Like, and it's like, I
That's
don't know
another
how you
thing with
do
it.
that.
Yeah, that's another thing with League, man. It's just like, even as a jungler or whatever, like when I'm playing that's why I stopped playing jungle. Because I understand, right? I understand you're in lane, you're trying to fucking CS and everything like that, and you're doing your thing, you're focused. And that's why I ping like, hey, I would like preemptively ping like, hey, he may come from right here. Because like that's what I would do if I was a jungler or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, what happens? He comes from right there and he ganks them or whatever. And they're pinging me like with the fucking question mark. And I'm like, bro, I pinged. You have to pay attention. And then when I'm playing ADC, bro. Oh my God. When I'm playing ADC, dog. 2 things. I need supports to understand because I play support. I climbed like silver with support. I mean, that's not a huge feat, but like I did it with you.
Yeah.
Like last year or something like that. Earlier in the year.
It was earlier this year.
Early this year. And then I stopped playing. I took a month or 2 hiatus from League. But like, dude, as a fucking support, if you stand behind me, I want you to jump off a bridge. Legitimately. I fucking hate when supports stand the fuck behind me. Why the fuck are you standing behind me? My shots go through you, so you're not impeding my shots. This is not Dota. I can shoot through you, bro. I can shoot. At least be parallel to me. Because it's mind-boggling. Because I see it when I see it on the other team, like when the other team, like the support is just behind this the ADC. I take full advantage of that shit. I go crazy. Even when I'm the support, I'm the ADC.
Well, like ADCs can't protect themselves for the most part. It's like, so I think it's like,
just be parallel. I don't need you to be in front of me. Just be parallel to me, especially if you're a poke support. Just be parallel to me. That's all I'm asking, man.
Jet started playing Leona again. And I appreciate it. I like that he's bringing her back because like we need that flexibility though in our team comps. But he does have this tendency when he's playing Leona. If we're in a poke lane, like he'll stand behind me in like where it's like because he feels like he can't get an engage off, so he doesn't want to get poked. But it's like, dude, I still have to hit the wave, So it's like I'm the one getting attacked constantly, and it's like you can't dodge everything when you have two people throwing shit at you. It's you can to a degree, but like if they're both good and they know what they're doing, like they're gonna hit you with something, and they'll push you off the wave, and it's just like I do get frustrated with it. I probably should speak up, but like he gets annoyed when I say something because it's like dude, like the whole point of us being parallel is that we're splitting their attention, and it's true for them as well with us, right? Like they're splitting up. That's the whole point of us being parallel. So if you're behind me, all the attention is on me, and they can predict my movement because I have to move forward to hit the wave, right? Like that's one of the main issues with ADCs is like you have to move in a specific position to hit the wave. It's like predictable. You can predictively shoot abilities to hit them, and knowing what they're doing. And that's kind of how you win the poke battle, generally speaking, in the lane. So it's like I can only dodge so much. If I don't move forward, I can't farm, and then we just lose the lane anyways, because I'm getting out farmed, and like you're not getting any gold either, so it is like a fundamental thing that is I don't like playing with rando supports because they don't understand that type of positioning idea very much. They tend to just be either super aggro or super passive. It's one or the other. And if you don't vibe with them on that whatever wavelength they're on, it's like you're just gonna lose the lane, dude. So I'm not a huge fan of playing with randos because
that's the other thing too, right? The other thing is it's not even that. Like I don't even mind you. I don't mind you being passive. I can read your movements. Like you're going to be passive, cool, whatever. If you're going to be aggressive, cool. I can adjust with that. I can adjust to the flow, the vibes. The other thing that pisses me off, Justin, is warding.
Yeah.
Supports do not fucking ward. I, as an ADC, it was one game. I swear to fucking God, it was one game. I had more of a ward score than my support because he was so busy fucking poking.
That's embarrassing.
And I'm just like, and we lost the game because of that.
Yeah, right. Makes sense.
So it's just like, I'm like, bro, like, I need you. I just need supports to understand. Also, stop picking like off meta shit for support. I don't need you to be like, oh, I'm autofill support, so I'm gonna play fucking Femboy Way. Like, I don't need that shit, bro. I need you to play someone. Give me, bro. I would be okay with you playing Annie at this point. Don't pick like LeBlanc support, Ari support, Silent support. Don't. Ooh, I'm gonna trick him with this one. Like, you're not, bro.
Malphite.
Yeah, Malphite support.
One of my favorites. You're literally useless until level 6. Thanks, bud. Appreciate that.
I can throw a rock at him and slow. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. That's going to keep him back. Yep.
Yeah, so, sure. You know what? I'm glad I vented, but it's just, I'm just going to play a couple of norms games. I'm not going to go into ranked.
Yeah.
For a couple weeks, and then
unless we're playing flex, maybe.
Yeah, unless we're playing flex, then I go into ranked. But I'm not playing ranked. I'm done with ranked for right now.
You gotta get out of solo queue, man. Like you've been grinding the solo queue, like you've been pounding solo queue. Like, man, you want to play with me again? Like if Jet's not on, like we can do the support thing, Like,
yeah, maybe I just need to play a role there. I'm not really the primary.
Like we're climbing, man. We're climbing. Like we are.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So we're finding success. So it's certainly possible. I'm trying to play more deliberately where I'm not like I am like trying to play for the team a little bit more, and it is working. Like I'm not carrying nearly as much as usual. Like I'm not like taking games over necessarily, but I don't care. It's not the goal. So I'm like playing for Dragon. I'm playing for Baron. I'm playing for objectives, more than I'm trying to just like mega farm, that way. So, I don't know. But take a break. Go play something else. Maybe get Clair Obscure and start playing that. Like, I feel like you need like a palette cleanser, and Clair Obscure would probably be perfect,
Yeah, I think that's what I'm probably going to do.
So, but all right. let's move on. We've been talking about League for a while.
Yeah.
DJ's gonna yell at us again. So all right, let's move into the news. We actually have a lot of news to talk about this week. We got a lot of Sony news. And our first story is Sony had their financial results this past it was like last week. They were talking about a lot of stuff. We're not going to go over the financial numbers. I feel like it's too dry. I didn't really want to go over it necessarily, but I don't think anybody really cares. But there was some interesting stuff that came out of it. Hiroki Totoki, the president and COO of Sony, said that they need to consider manufacturing PS5 consoles in the US in future. And here's his quote. Consoles, of course, can be produced locally. I think that would be an efficient strategy, but PS5s are being manufactured in many areas, whether that's going to be manufactured in the US or not. And then he said, another quote from Sony CFO Lin Tao talking about this. It's not just China. There are other countries in which it is being produced and manufactured. As for inventory, the details change from day to day, but there's an inventory of 3 months for distribution. So they are saying they have about 3 months of PlayStation 5 is available in the US currently that they don't have to pay tariffs on. But so it's not as much it's not as much as we thought. We were talking about this a few weeks ago when the tariff, or even a month plus ago at this point, that Sony seemed somewhat prepared. They had moved a lot of supply into the US, but it wasn't as much as I was thinking. So 3 months is not that long for them. So they really do need to start. They need to have other strategies. Fortunately for them, the tariffs did get reduced. Recently there was a pause. It's still 30%, but it's not the 154% that it was, which is extremely onerous. Would have been impossible probably for them to deal with. But so I don't know much, although them doing manufacturing in the US. I'm not like super interested in this from the Sony perspective per se, but it's more of like a question of like, it's kind of interesting that they're even talking about this, because like, isn't this the point of tariffs ultimately?
To bring manufacturing to the United States?
Right.
Yes, that is the point of tariffs. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think about the manufacturing in the United States. Because if you have to, the problem is you also have to get the chips from the United States. You got to get everything has to come to the United States.
I don't think all the stuff there.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that. So like, if you make core components, cool, but then if you have to ship anything going in and out of the United States, that's gonna, every time they go in and out, that's a tariff. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they would have to bring every aspect of manufacturing to the United States, and maybe they can do that. Will it affect the price? Maybe they introduce some kind of, like, maybe some kind of legislation gets introduced where Americans don't get charged a lot of money, but like other countries do. You know what I'm saying? So like, that could be like, that in itself could be something cool, but would that be implemented? I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've talked about this too. They could do like tax breaks for companies that, do manufacture over here, or if you're making a plant over here, maybe you don't get tariffed for the things you're bringing in to assemble your products.
Exactly.
Something like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and necessarily give the current administration credit for this, but this is the purpose of tariffs. Ultimately, is to bring jobs back here to the U.S. Things that have been outsourced to other countries. Ultimately, so at least in Sony's case, it seems like they're thinking about it, but it is one of those things. It really depends on the short term, because this is such a long term thing. Like getting manufacturing up and running here, I mean, it would take them years to make a factory and get it staffed and trained and everything, and get the supply chain set up and all that. Like, it's not something you're going to set up in a year. It's going to take several. So it may be one of those things they're talking about now, but might not actually happen down the road if the short term clears up. Things in the short term clear up. So we'll see. I just thought it was interesting though that they're openly talking about this, in this kind of climate, which is yeah.
Yeah, I'll say what I think about that offline though. I'm not going to put that
Okay.
on the podcast.
Fair
But yeah,
enough. All right, fair enough. All right, let's move on to our next story. Another Sony story. Jade Raymond, who's the founder of Haven Studios, has left the company and left Sony. She is departing, and this was from Jason Schreier and Bloomberg. And I'm just going to read a bit of the article here. So, quote, PlayStation leadership didn't give Haven staff a reason for her departure, but it came several weeks after an external test of Haven's first game, the online shooter Fair Games, according to people with knowledge of the matter. Some developers at Haven were concerned about how the game was received and its progress, said the people who asked not to be identified because they aren't authorized to speak publicly. End quote. So she's left the studio. Sounds like there was a playtest recently. It sounded like it didn't go well necessarily. I don't know if that's necessarily the reason why she's leaving per se, or she's just reading the tea leaves around Sony and doesn't think the support may be there that was there a few years ago when she founded the studio. But I also will say that, it's like Jade Raymond, for whatever reason, she seems to get headlines, but because I believe she worked on the original Assassin's Creed. I don't know if she was the creator of it, but she is often attributed with that game in her resume. But she hasn't really made a game that was successful in an extremely long time. So I don't really understand why her name is so I don't know, headline grabbing, I would say. Because she hasn't really proven herself in any way in a long time. So her leaving the studio, I mean, obviously we can't speak to the impact necessarily, but I mean, the founder of the studio leaving, obviously I'm sure the game was her idea to some degree. So it's probably not going to be a negligible impact, but I mean, Montreal, what do you think? Do you think Fair Games is in trouble over at Sony?
Yeah. So I did hear about this developer, and unfortunately, this seems like a trend with her, where she kind of starts a project and then just leaves.
Right. She was at Stadia, I think, before this. Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, kind of like expecting this, or weren't surprised when this happened. And I felt kind of bad because I'm like, but also I don't feel bad because if this is your trend, then I don't. She probably does really good work, but it's like if you have a trend of like leaving projects because you can't finish them or you just don't like what other people are saying about your project, then maybe it is just time for you to just take a step back for a minute, because I understand how stressful it is to be working on something and then people not like it. So, I do feel that, but in the same sense, you got to be ready for criticism. It just seems like she wants to evade criticism, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Weird. Yeah, which is weird. I think Fair Games, though, I mean, dude, would it surprise you at this point if this game got canceled?
It would not surprise me.
Like, are we 6 months out from this game getting canceled? Because I mean, it was supposed to come out this year, and I think it got delayed to spring of next year. So we're not really that far out from this game supposedly coming out. But I mean, yeah, I could see by the end of the year, like we're reading the studio closure story and the game, game being canceled, which obviously we don't want to happen. It would suck if people lost their jobs, but it's just like, given what happened with Concord, there has never been a huge amount of confidence in this game. I don't think people are excited about it, really. Like, there really hasn't been a swell of hype or anything like that from the community. So I'm not really sure what Sony would be really hoping for with this game, to be honest.
I mean, we don't even have gameplay of it, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah, so yeah, unfortunately it is one of those games that was attacked for being woke, but it's just like at this point I just don't care anymore, bro. If the game's gonna be bad, just cancel it and take your shortcomings.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, in my opinion, I don't think this is current Sony's fault. This is Jim Ryan's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, this multiplayer initiative, I just think was
It's failed
unnecessary.
spectacularly. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
man. I mean, we called it though. Remember, we called it years ago
Yeah.
when they announced this, and we were just like, we don't think this is the best idea. And I don't understand how everyone we are just podcasters. We're just average Joes. I don't understand how people actually in the industry who are looking at this didn't see this writing on the wall. We're just like, this is not going to last long. This is a trend because of
Yeah.
an event that a major event that affected the world. These
Right.
multiplayer games aren't going to last. And yeah, I just think it's weird. I think, and unfortunately, like they're reaping what they sow right now, you know. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's why Sony is just like right now. I think the current administration of Sony is just like, yeah, we just gotta cancel it. If it's not going to be good, we're just going to cancel it. And I think that's why Concord failed, as well. I'm and honestly, if I was in that position, I'm not going to put more money into it. Like I just don't care anymore. Like
Yeah.
no, just let it
Yeah.
go. You know. So
Yeah, and I think the thing with this live service initiative, right? They spread the field too quickly, with too much money. Like they invested too much in too many studios, and they really they weren't focused. You know, like I don't have a problem with them trying to get their own live service game that's a huge hit, right? Obviously, they have Helldivers, which it's done great, but it's not exactly what they were looking for in terms of scope of popularity. But I just think like they really had like 10 of these going at the same time, at one point. And it was just like I remember Jim Ryan saying like what, a third of half or like 2/3 of the games they were making were live service initiatives, of some sort. And that's insane, dude. Like it was you were spinning up too much at the same time. Not all of these ideas are good. And maybe the idea was we're going to throw 10 of them out there, and if one of them hits, it's going to pay for all 10, and that's fine, but it's like it didn't work out. We didn't get anything of consequence beyond Helldivers 2. We lost a Last of Us Online, which I'm still mad about that. And then Bungie's like completely fucking cratered since you purchased them. So it just didn't. It was ill conceived. Like they jumped into the bed with this stuff too quickly. Like I just don't feel like they were prepared for what they needed to do to make these games successful. And I'm at this, like, I don't know, the more we're talking about this, more I'm kind of convinced that Fair Games is not going to come out. And even if it does, like, what is it going to do? Like you said, we haven't even seen gameplay. Like all we have is that concept trailer when they first announced the game, and while conceptually it's a cool concept, I don't feel like it's the type of thing though that's going to have this giant mass appeal that's going to be huge. It's going to make them billions of dollars. Like I just don't see that. So I don't know. It's like it's kind of a shame, but this is kind of one of the last vestiges of that live service initiative, though. There's really, like, I'm trying to think what's even left. Supposedly there's that Horizon MMO being made by NC Soft that might still be going on potentially. And then other than that, I'm like trying to think of what other games they have, because I mean, this is the other issue though. Their failure to deliver with this initiative has now created this giant hole in their catalog for the PS5, right? Like I feel like this console is specifically like just completely lacks any identity as a console, whereas PS4 was like the cinematic third person action adventure game machine, for them. Now it's like with PS5, I mean, like how many first party games have we even really gotten this generation from them?
Well, not only that, it became the go-to console for everything, which I'm not too sure if I like that.
It was a happy accident though, right?
Yeah, which I'm not too sure if I like that or not, because it's like at one point I really liked playing first person shooters on Xbox. Like that was first person shooters and multiplayer games because the infrastructure was a lot better on Xbox. But obviously the population isn't there anymore. That population migrated to PlayStation, and I actually don't like the online infrastructure. Like it just feels weird to me. I don't know if other people feel that way, but there isn't like a noticeable difference. But it just feels weird when I play on like PvP games on PlayStation. I just don't feel like sometimes the platform is designed for that. In my opinion, that's because I like the controller and everything of that nature. I just like shooters and stuff like that on Xbox. Not to say that the PS5 controller, it is phenomenal. It's really good for shooters and everything of that nature.
Yeah.
I just prefer the Xbox controller. In their infrastructure used to be infinitely better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like Sony has kind of lost its identity as far as like what it wants to be. It's trying to be the jack of all trades, which, like you said, this is a happenstance at this point. But they're not doing a good job of being the jack of all trades. It's a terrible jack of all trades console, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like their most successful initiatives are actually their film and TV stuff, it feels like right now. Like not their video games necessarily, which is not really where I want them to be personally. I don't really care about their stuff getting adapted to television and movies, so I don't know. It's it is what it is. We'll see what happens with this game. I would imagine we will probably know the fate of it one way or another by the end of the year, though, for sure. Because I would assume they need to announce a release date somewhat soon, and they definitely need to show us gameplay, for sure, if they're still moving forward with this game. So, all right, moving on. Speaking of Bungie, like I said, a lot of Sony PlayStation news this week. Bungie is embroiled in another plagiarism controversy. Um, so there's this group called Anti-Real or I think it's Anti-Real.
No, that's a person. That's an actual person.
It is a person. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same person. This happened twice with the same person. Wow, this is crazy.
I'm assuming so, but it's a woman. Her content is called her online like artist name is like I used to have an online artist name as well, and her online artist name is Anti-Real.
Okay, got you. So, actually, I don't think it's the same person, but this has happened before. Bungie was accused of ripping off art for Destiny 2, I believe, several years ago, and here we are again. So, yeah, go ahead.
That one, I'm sorry, I can give you a backstory. I apologize.
No, you're good. No, I don't know the backstory, so this is
yeah. Perfect. So the backstory for that was there was a trailer, I think, for the Taken King or one of the other DLCs where they used fan art in that trailer. The problem was a third party company. So Sony kind of, not Sony, but Bungie actually kind of dodged a bullet a little bit on that because that was a third party company who made that trailer for them. So they thought that artwork was official artwork when they used it in that trailer, and it wasn't.
Yeah. So they could disavow that a little bit.
A little bit, but the artist still came back on them because you hired them. So technically, they're sure. It's that age old thing where you blame the manager for everything's the manager's fault.
Right.
So
it all goes up to the top, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, in this case, they're not dodging the bullet this time because this was actually them. So yeah, Anti-Real, her art, she came forward and said that that Bungie has stolen some of her art for Marathon, their upcoming extraction shooter, and she pointed out a few things, and Bungie came out and admitted that this happened. And they are currently in the midst of doing an audit of all of their artwork, basically, for the game, to the point that they did a live stream last week. And they were going to show some gameplay and stuff, and they ended up not showing anything because of this situation. They're that unsure of what was taken that they didn't feel comfortable showing anything for the game. So they're currently in the middle of auditing all their game assets, and they did attribute this to somebody, to an ex-employee taking this stuff in 2020, and they've said this internally and externally. So that's their current explanation. They're working on trying to get everything out of the game that they know of. But this is a big issue for them. And also it's gotten to the point though that a story came out actually last week as well about morale at the studio, that it's pretty much like at an all-time low for Bungie. That this situation could potentially have seriously dire ramifications for Marathon in terms of like people's interest in the game, because they can't do marketing, they can't show the game right now. People, obviously they stole some shit, so people are going to feel a certain type of way about that as well. And the game was not necessarily well received either from the alpha they did um with people. So it just seems like Bungie's kind of in a bad place right now.
Hmm.
If their fate is hinging on Marathon, it's not looking too great right now. And it does make you wonder if they're actually going to be able to hit that September date right now, because auditing all their art assets is not a small undertaking. That is going to take them months to do, probably, realistically.
Yeah, I I agree. I think they should just push this game back. To be honest with you.
Hmm.
Also, I mean, unrelated to like the story, but kind of related to the story. It's still Marathon. They did the alpha play of it, and it did not go well. A lot of people didn't like.
Right.
They liked the game, and then Arc Raiders, I believe, came out, which is another extraction shooter,
Yes.
and blew that game out and blew Marathon out the water. People like Arc Raiders is way better than Marathon.
Yeah.
So it's it's going to be interesting if this game still hits its release date, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it will. I think it's definitely going to get pushed. I mean, this is the issue, though. I think a lot of criticism I've seen of it is similar to what I was saying, just conceptually about extraction shooters. Is like progression wise, like what is your goal? Like you're like in a cycle, like you're just on a hamster wheel, basically. You're not like moving forward as a player of the game. You're just getting equipment so that you can go back in and get more equipment. And like I don't really understand from Marathon's perspective, because I know Tarkov has some out of match things you can do that are sort of progression like, from what I understand.
Yeah,
And I think Arc Raiders is similar. It's more like Tarkov, is what I heard. It's kind of got a lot of similarities to Tarkov. So I just think with Marathon, I just don't really like, they haven't really shown a reason why you should be playing the game, necessarily. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like, I mean, Bungie's a very storied studio, right? They have a lot of history. And they've made some great games. And in terms of first person shooters, like they are the cream of the crop, or they have been, in terms of gameplay and things like that, in the past. So it's just kind of sad to see a studio like this kind of in the position they're in now. I mean, these guys made Halo, man. It's like, it fucking like, I don't know, to see them at the point where it's like, they could be done if Marathon bombs. They might not get another opportunity to make a game, and they could be closed, for all we know. And it's like, I don't want to see that happen. So I hope Marathon does well enough where they can continue. But hopefully they have something else in the pipe as well, to kind of keep things going. I know they're doing some stuff in Destiny 2 as well right now, so maybe that will hit enough for them to kind of generate some revenue off of. But Sony's purchase to them this has been one of the biggest disasters I can remember in terms of acquisitions. Like, this has been a very public kind of breakdown of this company since Sony acquired them, and it really started almost immediately after the acquisition happened too. So it's very, very strange. It's just a very strange situation all around.
yeah, I agree. From what I've heard, like the original people of Bungie have like left the studio, so this is essentially like a brand new studio.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the execs there are still there, but um, it's not what it used to be. Um, the people who made Halo, I think, are long gone at this point,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's
Some of
just
them are
kind of
still
sad.
there, actually.
Yeah, some
Like,
of them
it's
are. Yes,
no,
yeah, I don't think it's like everyone though. I think a lot
no,
of them
it's
are
not.
gone.
It's
Yeah,
definitely not. Yeah.
so yeah,
All right. Well, we'll keep monitoring. We'll see. If they're going to delay the game, I mean, I would expect an announcement soon in the next month or two for sure. So we'll definitely see. All right. Next story. This is our last Sony story this week. This one's kind of minor, but worth talking about, because we did talk about this when this came out. PlayStation Stars, which has been the loyalty program for PlayStation, for the last 3 years is shutting down. Sony announced it this week. That so players, members, existing members will be able to continue to earn points until July 23rd of this year, and they can redeem any balance they have until November 3rd of 2026. Any of the rewards that are like the little cosmetic things, digital collectibles, I think is what they call them. You'll still be able to, you'll still have access to those. They're not taking those away, but the reward program will not be having any new members. It's already begun, so you can't sign up for it anymore. But if you're an existing member, which I am technically, you can still use your points. And you can still earn points through part of the summer. So, and I'll just say from personal experience that this program sucked. Like, I'm sorry. You did not earn points unless you were a PlayStation Plus member. And when I learned that, I was like, what is the fucking point of this membership program? Because I buy games on PlayStation, like on PlayStation Network, and you didn't get any points for them unless you actually had PS Plus, which is completely insane to me. What is the point of that as a loyalty program, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me that they're shutting this down. It was always half-assed. I don't think they put a lot of effort into it. It's just one of those things. Like, I think the idea of a loyalty program is cool for games, and in this particular case, like if you got the points, which I've been accumulating this year because I'm a PlayStation Plus member right now. You can buy games with the points, and you can actually buy PlayStation Store credit with the points as well, which is cool. But it's just like it was restrictive for me. I mean, I've been a member since it came out, but I only recently been accumulating points because of the PlayStation Plus part of it. So, and the digital collectibles thing is so fucking weird. Like, I don't really. They had these like challenges you would have to do to earn points or earn these digital collectibles, and it'd be things like play specific games and get trophies in the games, and things like that. It's like, I get it. You're trying to like drive people to buy certain things, like buy games or something like that, but it just wasn't a very appealing rewards program for me personally. So I don't know. Montrell, did you ever even sign up for this? Like, did you ever even have it?
Yeah, I got like $33 out of it,
Okay.
$30 to $40 out of it. So I mean, I
Yeah.
did buy a game with it with that money they gave me back.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it was a little implement, this is the problem I have with Sony. Like they implement stuff and then they just don't go with it.
Yeah. They
At
half-ass
all.
it.
They
Yeah.
half-ass it, and they do that with their products. If it's not an immediate hit, they leave it alone or whatever. So,
Right.
yeah.
So yeah, any of you out there who have points, it'd probably be best to just save up as much as you can until July 23rd, and then redeem what you can after that. Probably, that's kind of my plan. So yeah, so that's coming to an end. All right, moving on to our next story. Square Enix, Montrell. When I saw this story, I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, you remember when we talked about the reveal trailer for this game and all the comments on YouTube, bro? Like, I don't know. There's something about those nerds being upset that just for some reason makes me satisfied. It's fucked up. It's evil. It's a little evil, but it is what it is. So Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is the mobile game that Square Enix announced a while ago.
Proving there is a God. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm an asshole. I know. This ill-advised mobile game that, I'm sorry, I think I can speak for both of us. Neither of us wanted anything to do with, and fucking hated the fact that they were even making this game. Was canceled by Square Enix. And they are saying it is hard at work at Kingdom Hearts 4. So this game was supposed to originally come out last year. It did not. And yeah, it is now being canceled. And all I can say to that is the missing link is still missing. To that one guy on the YouTube comment section who all caps said, "The missing link is no longer missing." I still think about that guy to this day. To be this excited about a mobile game is fucking insane. And people are literally like, dude, Montreal, don't go to Reddit on this, but like if you do, like the shit. There's like threads about how sad people are that this is gone, and now they're like speculating like, oh well, the story for this game was supposed to be mega important for like Kingdom Hearts 4. So are they gonna like integrate this stuff into Kingdom Hearts 4 now? And I'm like, I just want to like, I want to die, inside. I hate Kingdom Hearts to some degree, and it's because of shit like this. Like, you are so brainwashed that like Square is fucking with you, okay? Like, you shouldn't have to play a mobile game to understand the story of Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that. This Square Enix nonsense has to end.
Bro, it's not Square Enix, bro. I'm sorry. I'm going to push back. Nomura will play for his sins. He will legitimately pay for his sins against you. These are crimes against humanity. Like,
yeah, true. It is Square Enix though. You remember Final Fantasy 15? They did it with that game. Remember?
I was he a part of that? No, he wasn't.
No,
it was
he was not,
or something like that.
Yeah, he was not. Well, didn't he come in and save it, quote unquote? But I think everything was already like, the irons were already in the fire at that point.
Yeah.
So.
I think he came in and saved it.
This is a Square Enix thing, okay? Maybe they learned it from him. Maybe they learned it from him with that game. But
100%. I am blaming it on him, Justin. I 100% think they got this from him, and they were just like, bro, we're gonna do this. Like, this is it. Look at how successful Kingdom Hearts is, bro. Look how people just lap it up, man.
They really do. It's so fucking upsetting.
Bro, I need people to understand. I get it. First of all, listen.
No. Let me finish. The frozen world is the way it is in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Let me finish. Let me cook. All right.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
I understand, guys. Listen, this is an intervention speak. This is a guy who used to love the fuck out of King. This is a guy who watched the 365 or no, it was the Birth by Sleep trailer, because I didn't know Birth by Sleep existed for a minute at one point in my life, right? And I thought it was the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, because I remember that was on YouTube.
Oh, I
like
remember that era, bro. Yeah, what an era it was. Oh my god, we were so hyped. Holy shit.
So I am the person that watched that trailer legitimately probably over 200 times.
Me too.
I
did too. I was obsessed with the idea of these characters and this like Keyblade War and all that. I was so obsessed with the idea of this shit. Like, I really was.
Right? It was so cool, right? So I get it, y'all. But then Unity Cross came out and just killed that whole idea. Anyway,
Misery, it's awful. It's so bad.
I get it, y'all. I understand. Like, you want to feel what you felt when you heard Sanctuary, right? You want to feel when you saw Sora standing at the edge of the fucking beach and just watching it, right? You want to feel what you felt when you're first on Destiny Island. You want to feel it. I get it, y'all. You want to feel that 13-year-old emo teen, that time period. You want to feel the Linkin Park. I understand it, bro. I get it. 2000s was a great time, despite the whole Twin Tower thing, right?
It's
still a great time, right?
Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Great times, guys. I get the giant jeans.
The war in Iraq. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Don't worry about it. Everyone. It was still a wonderful time. The different cell phone, the sidekick. You remember the T-Mobile sidekick? Oh my god. I get it, y'all. I understand. This is where I get it.
Oh man.
Now, we are 35, 36, 37, 38. Oh. We're in the 30s now, y'all. That shit is over with. I do not want this game anymore. I don't want 5 different games connecting. I don't fucking care. I don't care. You know what made me not care? Kingdom Hearts 3 made me not care. I just don't care anymore.
None of it mattered.
None of it mattered. We went through this entire thing, and none of it mattered. And then I even tried to introduce my wife into Kingdom Hearts, bro. I tried. She loved Disney. I was like, oh, she loved Kingdom Hearts 1. She was like, oh man, Kingdom Hearts 1 is so cool. Yeah. I was like, yeah. She's like, I can jump straight to Kingdom Hearts 2? No. You have to play this game. You have to play this game. Because you play Kingdom Hearts 2, you're like, why is Sora in a fucking bubble? Why is he in a fucking flower bubble? Oh, well, there are like 3 games that explain why he's in the fucking flower bubble. And
one of them came out after Kingdom Hearts 2, by the way.
Totally killed the motivation for the game.
I will never get over that, bro. Till the day I die, I will never get over the idea that 300, what is it, 364 over 2 days or whatever?
Yeah, 364 over
365 over 2 days came out 3 years after Kingdom Hearts 2, and it explains everything leading up to Kingdom Hearts 2.
And they couldn't even bother to keep the source code to actually remaster the game. So you have to watch a fucking movie before the game.
Movie. Yep.
So, guys, I understand, but now we have to let this shit go.
Yeah.
Like, you're sad over a mobile game? Did you not learn
how down bad are you? How down bad are you?
No, bro. I remember when Cross came out.
Yeah.
And it was people on Twitter were going fucking crazy. They were posting screenshots, posting their gameplay video of it, like, oh my god, this game is just so cool. And I'm like, it's a fucking mobile game.
Dude, yeah, your gacha characters are really strong. Yep.
I don't understand. First of all, this is coming from a guy who plays League. This is coming from a guy. I'm trying to see something that was like I'm like deeply consumed in. Yeah. Right. So like I would say this is coming from a guy who buys guns, right? And if you ever get into the gun shit, right, it's almost like Magic the Gathering because I compare it to that, right? Because you have to you like, oh, I'm with this build and I gotta do this. Oh, I don't need this. I train with this. This doesn't work, and it's like thousands of dollars worth of stuff you're throwing away, putting back on, you're outfitting your kit for whatever you want to do. So like, and then my co-host plays Magic the Gathering, so we understand consumerism. Yeah, we get it, y'all. We get it. But it comes to a point where you just gotta let a franchise die, and I have let Kingdom Hearts die in my heart. All right, it died with Kingdom Hearts 2. Because 3 is as much as I want to say 3 is okay, the story is just so bad. The combat's good. The story is just so bad. Mm-hmm. And I just can't defend it anymore. I can't defend Nomura anymore, y'all. I understand. He gave us the vibes. That's what it is. I don't think people understand. People need to understand story and then vibes. He gave us the vibes.
Yes. You totally, dude, you are on point right now. No, you're totally right. Like Kingdom Hearts is a vibe. Like it was a vibe. And it's like the story was never really good, the whole way. But it hinted at something that was so awesome, There's just something about it. Like, oh, that was so awesome. But yeah, no, it's like for me, it's like it's Kingdom Hearts 4, and that's it. I don't want a million side games, And I'm gonna let this commenter on this article of ours in IGN say it. Tag Gibby 4. Quote: I'm definitely not losing any sleep over it. I love Kingdom Hearts games, but the mobile stuff never interested me. The game's story is convoluted enough. I'm not gonna sit through hours of mobile games to learn about Zessel, Xenon, Xylophone, or whoever. And then, end quote, and then Kenkuma, who has the best response to this quote, you learn all that after you spun your 500th gospel. End quote. They're us, Montrell. They're literally us.
Great comments. These are not our burgers, by the way. These are just like random people.
No,
great comments, by the way.
Yeah, no. Great comments. Yes. They summed it up perfectly, and I don't know if there's much more to say other than that. Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming at some point, maybe 2030. We'll have the game.
Yeah, and just my final thoughts. I think this is ultimately be good for the franchise. I don't think we need another million games.
I agree. Keep it focused.
Keep it focused. This is your time to actually keep like you said, keep it focused and keep it to the game. He did it again with Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't fucking care if you didn't beat Kingdom Hearts 3, goodbye. I don't leave right now. The box at the end of the game, at the end of the goddamn game, what's in the fucking box? And it's like, bro, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, what's his name? What, Bragg or whatever the fuck, that purple haired dude with the crossbow. Yeah. He's the bad guy now. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? Like, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I was like, I don't care. I don't. Like, this dude from fucking Birth by Sleep is like the he was the real villain the whole time. You know, like what are we doing, man? You know, like,
you know how much I hate that ass pulling video game.
I agree with you totally, dude. I agree.
Some random minion that you never saw. Like, he was actually the one that, like, bro.
Yeah, and he's got the black box, and he's like, oh man, it's about to open. You know, I wonder what's inside. You know, it's like, fucking Jesus. He's like, Xehanort was just a pawn the whole time. You know, it's like, fuck off.
The entire time, Xehanort was just a pawn.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, sure, dude. Whatever you say.
So, you know what? I love him more for the vibes, but I hate him for the storytelling, bro. And
I was thinking
Final Fantasy VII. I don't want to read the Final Fantasy VII. I think he's going to do it though. Yeah. I 100% think it's going to happen in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. No, I agree with you in the sense, because I was thinking while we were talking, like I was thinking about like the game, you know, playing the game, and like playing Kingdom Hearts is awesome. Like, they are awesome games to play. They have great atmosphere. They capture that Disney feeling so well, that like 80s, 90s Disney feeling fucking perfectly, man. You know, and I think that's something that you can't take away from the games, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking about like the fucking menus and shit, you know, when you're like controlling Sora and stuff. It's like they're all stylized based on the world you're in. You know, they do such an amazing job with that shit. So it's like, I don't know. Part of me still enjoys Kingdom Hearts. I still love the franchise. No, but it's like I'm just over it. I'm over it. Yeah, I'm over it being extra.
It's a wonderful franchise. It's a wonderful nostalgic franchise. I'll even dare to say, even if you're like 14 now, 15 now, you play Kingdom Hearts, you will get that same. You're gonna get some type of feeling inside of you, right? Yeah. And whether it be like the Disney mixed with the 90s Disney mixed with the anime feeling of what they're doing, you will get that, right? And you're right, like, and I think besides the story, right, of Kingdom Hearts 3, it was when we went to the different Disney worlds, we didn't play through like the movies. Like, you remember in the games, right, like especially 2, you played kind of like through the movie, right? Like
they did that in like 1 as well. Yeah, you played like a truncated. You did it. You played like a truncated version of the movie's plot.
Yeah, and I like that. And the only world that really felt good to me was the Pirate of the Caribbean's world. That was like a really good world, actually. I like that because you fight Davy Jones and all that shit like that, right? Yeah. So. But everyone else, you just fight some like random fucking kingdom, random heartless that like the Rapunzel world. Like you just, Tangled. You just fight some random.
Wasn't it?
You don't even fight the. It wasn't. No, that was a.
Or that was Frozen. That was Frozen. Yeah, that was fucking Frozen, dude. Oh my god.
Literally, I actually didn't even watch Frozen. I watched Frozen after I played this game, right? And I was just like, holy fuck, they missed out on.
No, like... I'm the same, dude. I'm the same way, actually. I just watched Frozen recently, the first one. And I mean, we knew it was bad, right? Like, obviously, we criticized the game heavily when it came out for that world. But, like, the extent to how bad it was is, like, crazy.
They totally misrepresented that game. I literally hated Frozen because of that world. And I watched it and I'm like, oh my God, this movie's actually amazing.
Yeah. Right. No, it's a great film. And it's like, I don't know what the issue was. I remember my theory about that, because you remember at the beginning of the world, like you run into Elsa and she's like kind of controlling Heartless, actually. Like, and
I actually love the idea of you fighting her and then saving her.
Yeah, and like she was like, that was my theory, is that the original idea was that they wanted to make her evil, and they made the world in the story based on that idea, and then Disney said fuck no, and they had to like gut it and like. And it turned into the abomination we got in the game, you know?
Yeah. Since when does Larcene have the ability to spawn a fucking ice castle? Bro?
Yeah, I know. What an asshole, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. Oh man. fucking, that fucking game, man. So Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
4. I'm looking forward to it, but not really. I don't know.
yeah, not really, man. Yeah.
It's like what Disney IP are we gonna butcher now? Like what does Disney have coming up that they're gonna make Square Enix shoehorn into the game?
Well, I think
Like
they should bring the Final Fantasy elements back into Kingdom Hearts. I mean, that's
yeah,
what made the game what it was, right?
Hollow
So
Bastion
maybe,
and shit. Yeah,
yeah, maybe they visit some Final Fantasy worlds now. Mixed in with with sprinkled with Disney characters here and there.
dude. If there's a Star Wars world or a Marvel world, I'm done. Like
I mean, there is 100% going to be a Star Wars or Marvel world. That's not.
oh, Sora, we gotta
Really?
stop Darth Vader.
We gotta stop Thanos or something like that, right?
Go, Sora. This Force stuff's pretty strong. Fucking like,
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be.
fucking kill me, man.
Yeah, so I
Can
don't
you
know, man.
imagine Goofy next to Darth Vader, or like Luke, like animated 3D Luke, or something like?
I
Oh,
think the concept could work if they just do it right.
yeah.
Maybe we don't have Goofy and Donald anymore. Maybe it's just Sora.
They
You
die.
know?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're
they
stuck
almost
in the
killed
other
Donald.
world.
Like, just do it, bro. Like, just do it.
Yeah. Well, remember they're stuck in the other world, right? They can't come to that world.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's in
true.
quote unquote the real world.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's in the world of that like game toy or whatever
Yeah, yeah,
from like the Toy Story world, I think.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just because I mean they said Shibuya Terminal, which is an actual place in Japan. So, that's where he landed at. It was in Shibuya Terminal. So,
Interesting.
um, I don't know, man. I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
We'll
With
see.
this.
We'll see. Sure. I'm sure we'll have Disney stuff at some point. So, all right. Missing links still missing. Next story. You sent me this, and I mean, I didn't. I thought about like not putting it in the show, and then I was like, no. I mean, I have to put this in the show, right? Like, I mean, this is like written for me.
This is my favorite. It's like every time I see this dude's name in the article, I just send it to Justin.
Justin's gonna rip him a shreds. Yeah. All right, everybody. I hope if you've listened to the show for a long time, you've caught on at this point. So yeah, Randy Pitchford is back in the news from Gearbox. And it's it's for normal Randy Pitchford things. So he's talking about Borderlands 4, and for whatever reason, unprompted, actually it was prompted. Somebody sent him a question on Twitter. And he said, the person said, quote, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher. And then Randy responded, quote, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach. And I found a way to make it happen, end quote. And this obviously kicked up a shitstorm. People very upset with Randy here because I don't know if the game's price. I guess the game's price wasn't actually announced.
It wasn't. It's still not announced.
Okay, so presumably it feels pretty likely that it's going to be $80. Would be my guess, given the fact that he's so vociferously defending this. But the other thing is just like, brother, like, can we just get Randy? Like, dude, like, okay, I've never liked you, never liked the guy. He's the most like cloying, desperate business person I've ever seen. Where he's like fake excited about everything he talks about, and he just does these stupid little bits, in his videos where he's like, oh guys, we've been working on it. Yeah, Borderlands 4. It's like fucking like, I don't know. He just annoys me, as a person. But like, how tone deaf could the dude possibly be? I mean, he's done this foot and mouth thing before. He does this all the time. I don't know why they let him talk over at Gearbox. Obviously, he's a CEO. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, right? For the most part. But like they're actually owned by 2K now, though. So you would almost think like 2K would come to him and be like, Randy, shut the fuck up. Okay? Like, don't talk publicly. Just sit in your office and make the game. Okay? Help make the game. That's all you got to do, buddy. Cause yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's like I don't even know what to say about this. It's so like flabbergasting that you like have an opinion like this. This like climate is so tone deaf. It's crazy. Like
such a boomer, like the typical boomer shit.
Rich boomer like perspective.
It's such a boomer thing though. Like
back in my day, man, I worked with giveaways and the ice cream parlor. I paid $80 for Sega Genesis when $80 was worth like $240 today's dollars. Like, it's just like
I literally heard like it's a meme or like when people say like my grandfather or my mom or my grandma or whatever said they had to walk like 20 miles or whatever to go to school every day. Like I've literally heard that from my
that is what it is. And I wish I had seen this tweet live like when it was originally happening, because I would have responded with the okay grandpa time for bed meme, or grandma time for bed meme, like it's just like it's literally that kind of thing, dude. It's like
it's like it's the whole thing where people have been fighting for obviously student loan reduction and shit like that, right? And people are like, well, bro, back in my day, I worked the summer job and paid off my student loans. It's like, yeah, that's because student loans were like $4,000, bro. You can do that in the summer job. You can save up and do that. Now it's like 40, 50 grand. It's the same thing with this. Like, bro, you're gonna find a way to make it happen for $80, bro. That's groceries. Like that's literally like half a week, not half a week of groceries, but like at least a day or two of groceries. Like I'm not really hurting for money, but it's just like even the idea of me paying $80 for a game is like I'm just like I could use this money for something else. I can get an oil change with this money. I can buy something for my car or whatever the case. Like I can do a lot of other stuff with this. So for him to say make it happen in this climate, in this environment, is very, very tone deaf. It does give off like I'm rich. I don't understand why you guys can't do this.
This is the funny part about this is like at its core, he's not really necessarily wrong, like per se. But it's the problem is that it's coming from him. Like he's a rich white guy, like who's like you said, like old boomer rich white guy. It's like, dude, like you can't say this, okay? Like if me or Montrell said it, that's totally different, because we are in this sphere of like, it's like we're much closer to people that you would be saying this to, It's like, and there is a reality to it. If you really want to play Borderlands 4, you'll probably put other things aside to buy this game, It's like that's a real statement, but it's like the way you deliver it. If you're a real fan. Like fuck you, Randy. What the fuck? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's implying that I'm not a real fan if I can't buy the game. If I can't afford
it, like if I'm poor and I can't buy Borderlands 4, I'm not a real fan. Like fuck you, dude. Like what a fucking it's like implied. It's just such an implied asshole statement, And
like, I know like people who are trying to defend it, like, well, you guys are just being snowflakes about it. And it's just like, no, there are. Like, I'm tired of that, right? Like, you can't just say anything and not. There are repercussions behind words. You know what I'm saying?
Free speech doesn't mean people aren't going to react to you. Yeah, like, it's not what it means.
I can't come into your house, Justin, and just say call you and your wife fucking idiots, and then, all right, let's play board games, guys. You can like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out my house?
Right. Hey, disrespect us or something. Yeah,
it's like freedom of speech is dead in this country. I can't just say like, no, you can't. You can say that, but there are consequences behind your actions, and this is a consequence behind his actions. They need to hire a personal PR team for Randy, like bar none. Like crazy, I am not joking, bro.
I don't know. I feel like 2K's gotta step in here, right? Like I imagine like he's gonna be quiet for a while. Like
they have to step in. Just to give you an idea of like what Justin was saying. I don't know the terminology that I'm looking for, but this is what Randy Pitchford is, right? He like, I don't know if he like blows smoke up your ass.
Yes.
Or whatever is just
phony.
Weird.
Phony is the word I would use. Yeah. So he's very phony.
A long time ago, it's maybe like 10 plus years ago. This is an old story, I think. But he left a thumb drive at medieval times,
Oh yeah.
and someone recovered that thumb drive, and it
Yeah.
had porn on it. It had like not illegal porn.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
I remember this.
it,
Yeah.
it wasn't illegal porn. It was legal porn that one can have. And in the contents of the porn, it was a stream. It was a cam girl or making herself orgasm, right? And if you know how when some women orgasm, they fluids come out. A lot of fluids come out, right? So he decided. I mean, obviously, the story was kind of big. He decides to go on a podcast to address it, and instead of just being like, if that happened to me, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I like my squirters, bro. Like, fuck it, I watch porn. Oh, sue me, like everybody does, right? Instead of doing that, y'all, and just owning up to it, he says, man, I watched this video of this girl, and you can look this clip up, y'all. I watched this video of this girl. She's they're not technically sex workers. She's a webcam model, blah blah blah, and she made herself no, she was masturbating, and she made herself ejaculate, and so much fluid came out, and I couldn't believe it. So I bought the video so I can examine more of how she did it, because I think it's a magician. I think it's a magic trick. And the guy who was like his podcast co-host or whatever was just like, okay. Yeah, I okay. So he said he bought the video, y'all, to study why so much fluid was coming out of her, because he couldn't believe that. He thought it was a magic trick. And that was his reason for having that. And he's like, oh, I needed it so I can study it some more while I'm on the road. And instead of just saying, I like that porn, he just that was the end of the conversation. Like it was like that was his serious response to it. Like he wasn't being sarcastic. You would think he was being sarcastic, but he wasn't. He wasn't joking or anything. That was like a serious response. Just own it, bro.
Yeah.
Just own it.
He's something, man. He is something. So I don't phony. That's the that story. That story just is just phony, bro. You're just a phony. You're just phony.
Who buys a porn to study like?
Yeah.
Somebody's squirting and then say it's a magic trick.
No, it's just like he just doesn't want to say that he enjoys porn, bro. Like, you know.
Why? Just say it. Just say it,
dude.
Porn.
Like, just say it. There's no issue with that whatsoever. No human on the planet is gonna judge you. Okay? You wanted to watch a girl orgasm a lot, you know, and okay. Cool, bro. Okay.
Like, she's of age. It's totally legal, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's fine, man. You know. So I don't know. It's just, it reminds me of like Russell Wilson in the NFL, you know how Russell Wilson is, like that's kind of Randy Pitchford, it's the same kind of behavior.
Like, yeah. Like, a saint and all that stuff like that. Yeah. I get you.
Propping himself up as somebody that he's really not, Yeah. It's like, so is what it is. Randy, never change, buddy. Never change. You're always endlessly entertaining. Montrell loves it when you do something.
It doesn't bother me as much, but I know you can't fucking. No,
this guy triggers me, man. I can't stand. No, you're right. I can't stand him. If we were ever big enough to like be in the industry, like I couldn't interview this guy. Like I literally wouldn't be able to do it. Like it just. I couldn't sit here and pretend I don't feel the way I do. It's like I wouldn't be able to do it, man. I don't have that in me.
Yeah, so that's why the story was in there, because I just personally wanted to laugh at Justin, because I know he couldn't take it, man.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Let's move on. Final story for the week. Circana numbers for April. And it was another down month for the video game industry. So total video game sales, April 2025, 4.077 billion this year versus 4.190 billion last year. That's a 3% decrease. Video game content, this is physical digital game sales, microtransactions, subscriptions, etc. 3.725 billion this year versus 3.818 billion last year. 2% decrease there. Video game hardware, 186 million this year versus 203 million last year. That's an 8% decrease. And then video game accessories, 166 million this year versus 170 million last year. 2% decrease there. And then year-to-date sales through April. Total video game sales, 17.786 billion this year versus 19.291 billion last year. That's an 8% decrease. Video game content, 16.035 billion this year versus 17.053 billion last year. That's a 6% decrease. Video game hardware, 934 million this year versus 1.297 billion last year. By this point, 28% decrease there. Video game accessories, 818 million this year versus 942 million last year. 13% decrease there. So the trend is continuing. It's still trend lines going down for the most part. Hardware sales are completely cratering this year, but we do have the Switch 2 coming out. They won't be, obviously that won't be on May's numbers, but in June's in a couple months, I would expect that will probably drive a lot of this up. In many
I don't think
ways.
so, man. I don't know. I haven't been hearing too much about the Switch.
I mean, at a minimum, hardware I would think would go up pretty significantly. Maybe not software. Maybe it's not enough to push software. But I mean, I agree with you. I don't think people are like. I am actually going to be curious to see like how hard the Switch 2 is to find when it comes out. I'm not really sure. It's one of those things like I'm not sure Nintendo's done enough to incentivize most people to upgrade from the Switch. You know, the increase in cost is significant. $450 is nothing to scoff at for a console. I think I think they went a little too far with price, but we'll see how big of an impact that has. I mean, pre-orders are sold out, so clearly it's selling a lot of units, but we'll just see if that reflects in the games. It's hard to doubt Nintendo, but I will say there are kind of shades of the Wii U here a little bit, in my opinion. But I'm not going to go so far as to say it's going to fail that spectacularly, though. I think that's almost impossible for them to do at this point. But yeah, I could see your point there. All right, top 20 games for the year. For April in the US. Number 1, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Number 2, Forza Horizon 5. Number 3, MLB The Show. Number 4, Minecraft. Number 5, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Number 6, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Number 7, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Number 8, WWE 2K25. Number 9, NBA 2K25. Number 10, PGA Tour 2K25. 11, Monster Hunter Wilds. 12, Split Fiction. 13, The Last of Us Part 2. 14, EA Sports FC 25. 15, Grand Theft Auto 5. 16, Red Dead Redemption 2. 17, The Elder Scrolls Online. 18, Elden Ring. 19, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And 20, Hogwarts Legacy. Things jumping out to me there. I mean, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered being number 1 is fucking crazy, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this game is super popular the memes are popular for a reason because a lot of people played it and they shadow dropped it. And one of my friends who's like vehemently against remasters went against his own like thing and bought this game. Yeah, he went against his own principle and bought this game and loved it and platinumed it. So
people are starving for Elder Scrolls. I feel like that's safe to say.
Yeah, 100%. I think if this doesn't get the team, like the main team, to start working on Elder Scrolls 6, I don't know what will. This is like a clear indication that people want more Elder Scrolls. If they did this with Fallout 3, I think the same thing would happen. If they just shadow drop Fallout 3 remastered, this will light a fire to start Fallout 5. I mean, not because Fallout 76, like people like that game now, but that's not the Fallout I want, you know?
Right.
So.
Right. Well, so interesting things I want to point out here on this list. So Forza Horizon 5, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and I guess those are the only two here. But both of these significantly jumped on the list here because of releases on PlayStation.
Yeah, 180, 118, and then it jumped to 6. That's fucking crazy,
Well,
dude.
these both came out on PlayStation, and obviously we talked about how they topped the digital sales charts for PlayStation last month. Here we are with the
Even
Circana
Elder Scrolls
numbers.
Online. Did you mention Elder Scrolls Online? I'm sorry.
No, I saw that too, and I'm wondering if that's because of the Elder Scrolls 4 remastered, maybe.
Is it
Um,
released on PlayStation? Elder
yes,
Scrolls Online?
I believe it is.
Okay.
Um, so those are big, and then you got The Last of Us Part 2 also on here as well. I'm gonna assume that's due to the show.
Yeah,
Also, so
100%. Yeah, 100%
we
because of
got
that.
some interesting, like those are some interesting things that we're learning, right? Like that a television show can impact game sales, right?
Hmm.
Which is kind of what's Sony's whole point, right? With this is they want to get people into the games, which the
Maybe people think the game would be better with the.
probably
And
more than
it's not.
likely.
I mean, I
I
think the story's phenomenal, but it's not gonna. If you already hate the story for the fucking game, then
from
you're
the
not gonna
show,
like it.
yeah,
For
you're
the
not gonna
show, you're
like it,
not gonna like the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Xbox games on PlayStation selling like fucking gangbusters. So, I think we learned some things this month for sure in a definitive way.
Hmm.
Minecraft also movie, right? I would think Minecraft being at number 4.
Yeah. 100%. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what else is interesting on here? I think Split Fiction hanging on at 12 is actually
Yeah.
pretty
I really want
intriguing.
to play this game. We need to.
Yeah,
I think we need to get this game and play it.
let's do it.
Do
I mean, let me
Yeah.
know when you want to play, and
Oh,
like we'll just jump into it. Like I'm
okay.
down to buy it whenever. I don't really care.
Okay.
Um,
Uh,
actually, I don't like. Do we both have to buy it? I don't even think we do. Right?
I think we do. Maybe
I think
not. I
one
don't
of us
know.
buys it, and there's like a friend code thing or
Oh
something.
shit. Okay. I
Like I
didn't know
think
that.
so yeah, I'm not so I'm not sure. I absolutely want to play this game this year though. So yeah, just tell me when
I
you're ready
do.
to go and we can do it.
I do want to give a small shout out because no one else will give this game props. Hogwarts Legacy is still hanging in there.
Hmm.
Like everyone's dick riding Elden Ring and Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption, but like no one's giving props to Hogwarts Legacy. Amazing. Like it's an okay game for me, but I still think it coming out of nowhere and then just selling gangbusters despite all the controversy is
Yeah.
crazy to me, you know? And
Yeah,
like
I
that
mean,
team is just
dude,
not getting their just desserts, in my opinion.
like Harry Potter is obviously a huge IP, right?
Yeah.
Like so obviously having that in your back pocket is big. But we've seen Harry Potter games and
Exactly.
they've never ever ever been anywhere close to the stratosphere that Hogwarts Legacy has achieved in terms of sales and popularity. So, and frankly, I mean, I played a lot of the game. I never beat it, but I played a large amount of the game. And as much as I'm not like over the moon about it, I don't think it's 10 out of 10. It is an extremely well made game, and they did a great job. You know, like they got the assignment and they executed it. You know, they didn't need to make a 10 out of 10 to make this game sell like crazy. So,
Yeah.
um, so they did a great job. They didn't overshoot, you know, what they were trying to do with the game, and that paid off for sure.
Yep.
All right, top 20 games for the year so far. Number 1, still Monster Hunter Wilds. Number 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Number 3, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Number 4, MLB The Show. 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. 6, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Number 7, WWE 2K25. Number 8, Civilization 7, which I am still shocked by this. 9, NBA 2K25. 10, PGA Tour 2K25. 11, Split Fiction. 12, Minecraft. 13, Forza Horizon 5. Wow, that's actually insane. Forza. 14, Grand Theft Auto 5. 15, EA Sports FC 25. 16, Madden NFL 25. 17, Red Dead Redemption 2. 18, Marvel Spider-Man 2. 19, EA Sports College Football 25. And 20, Hogwarts Legacy. Still on the list for the year. Yeah, Civ 7 I'm is funny. I'm positive this game's going to fall off the list by the end of the year,
Hmm.
probably. But um it's interesting that like it did sell well, but everything I hear about this game is that nobody's playing it. Like it is just like the game's completely cratered like player numbers. Like it's like sub 5,000 I think at any given time, which is interesting. Like it just seems like the game is not being well received. Um Call of Duty Um, I know obviously the game came out last year and we've talked about it. I'm still mind boggled by the fact that we're on Black Ops 6. Like, I don't know. Like, how does this series keep selling? Can you explain that to me? I just don't understand.
I legitimately can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
know at this point. I think it's just one of those comfort games that people buy every year at this point, like 2K and Madden. So that's why I just take it as, because like my casual friend group or my
Yeah.
casual gamer friend group, this is just like they're my like friends. Like I've been friends with them since high school, but they're not into games like I am. They
Right.
still be like, they'll still text each other like, "Hey man, you trying to jump on Call of Duty?" And they're like, "Yeah," or whatever. So I just think it's one of those things where I don't think it's ever going away until
Yeah.
like our generation can't game anymore. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
I
um,
it's crazy to think about it like that, but I don't
yeah,
necessarily disagree with you. Um, two other games I want to call out though: Split Fiction and Forza Horizon 5. You see where they were last month? They went up the list. Specifically, Split Fiction was 20 and went to 11, so it sold more in April than it sold in its release month.
yeah. I mean, the word of mouth. I
It's crazy.
remember this game when it got like they tried to do. You know how some people try to do on YouTube, or
Yeah.
"Oh, it's woke and whatever, but people play the game. They're just like, it can be woke all it wants to, bro. This game's fun.
Yeah. Hey man, great. The thing is, great games like they avoid that controversy, right? Like nobody
Yeah,
cares, right? Like
exactly.
you can have your LGBT characters if the game is great. Like nobody's gonna complain about it, you know.
Yep.
Even the people who usually do complain about it. Like so, yeah. And then Forza Horizon 5, dude, that is crazy that it sold that much on PlayStation. That it's 13th for the year
I
in the
mean,
US. It's nuts.
this is what happens when you fucking fuck over your Gran Turismo fans, bro. Like
Yeah,
I think Gran Turismo is
in
actually in deep
trouble.
shit. Yeah, I
You
think
think
so.
so? Yeah, Forza is like powerful, you know. It is
Yeah,
a
man.
powerful brand in the car space, and yeah, it'll be
And now that
interesting
it's
to
available on
see.
PlayStation, they have
Yeah,
like Gran Turismo has to step their game up
well,
now.
because the next Forza is going to be the simulation one, right? Like
Yeah,
Horizon's
yeah.
the arcadey one,
No,
right?
yeah,
Usually,
Horizon's the arcadey one. Forza, I think it's just called Forza. That's the more simulation one.
yeah,
And if I know Forza, like they're gonna go crazy with that game.
yeah,
So I
that'll
mean,
be
this team
interesting.
doesn't miss.
Yeah,
So
no, it's going to be interesting to see that now that we're going to have direct pound for pound, like going up against each other potentially with
yeah,
these two franchises. Maybe not in the same year per se, but I mean, maybe. I mean, it's been a few years since the last Gran Turismo came out,
yeah.
and
I,
Forza's not
I,
soon, as far as we know. So
Forza's biggest warrior or strongest warrior, Dennison, he hates that. Not Forza. I'm sorry.
Gran
Gran
Turismo,
Turismo. He hates that game, man. He's
yeah.
just like, I can't do it. Like the microtransactions and all that shit. He's like, I just can't do it, man. It's crazy. I'm just like,
Wait, Gran
man.
Turismo?
Yeah, you didn't hear about Gran Turismo's microtransactions? It was crazy, dude, when it first
No,
came out.
I remember him coming on. Didn't we have him on the show to talk about it? Like it was bad. I remember it
Yeah,
being
it
pretty
was
bad.
bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad, bro.
I just like because he loves Gran Turismo though. You know, it's
Yeah, he loves it, man. Yeah.
like, is it really that bastardized? Like Sony's let it get to that
I mean, they
point?
fixed it since then, but I mean, the game is 3 years old at this point now.
Yes, right, right.
So, I mean, you can fix it all you want to, but like, yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
don't. Yeah, I just don't hear people talking about it anymore. I mean, I remember people used to buy whole setups for this game, and like,
Hmm.
um, I don't think it's worth it. I think Forza is taking that space. Especially
Yeah.
since you can play Forza on PC, you can get like an actual driving PC setup
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and do that. So, um, one game I want to call out though is PGA Tour. I wholeheartedly believe this game is selling really well because Tiger Woods is back on the cover. That's my theory. It used to be called Tiger.
He's making a cut. Yeah, I mean he's been rehabilitated, right? Like
Yeah,
from way back. So like people
yeah,
like Tiger again. So yeah, it absolutely matters. You know.
yeah. I
Um.
wholeheartedly because it used to be called Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure it's the only golf game on the market too, isn't it? Or
It was another
EA
golf game that
EA
came
has
out.
one, don't they? Didn't we cover this?
Wait.
We covered this because he was on the EA.
He was on EA side. Yeah, now he's on 2K.
2 minutes to get him, took him away from them, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember we covered this on the show because it was huge. Like, it was a big deal, you know?
That's right. Oh my God, you're right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was PGA Tour from EA side.
Nope.
This is 2K's PGA Tour. Holy shit. Yeah, and I never liked the 2K. I always like EA's games better. Holy shit.
The power of a man's face, dude. Like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Oh, it's fucking nuts, man. You ever play a golf game before?
Oh yeah, I used to, bro. Me, my dad, and my brother loved Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Yeah,
we loved that game. We played that shit all the time. Like the very first ones that came out. Yeah, we played those all the time. So I love golf games from that aspect.
Maybe I haven't played one in a long ass time. My dad used to be obsessed with them, and I almost like want to check it out and like just try.
Well,
like,
I don't know about the. I don't want to speak crazy, so I'm not like really too fluent in the history of golf games. But a lot of the golf games, like Hot Shot Golf, I used to love those games too, right? I actually do love
Mario Golf.
Yeah, Mario Golf. Yeah. So yeah, I actually play a lot of golf games. Holy shit, they're fun as fuck. By the way, like I don't know why, but they're just so fucking fun. But
well, you don't actually have to go to the course and get clubs and like be in the hot sun, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of the games had the gauge, right? Where you like, you just press the gauge, and it wasn't too interactive in that aspect. I want to say Tiger Woods PGA Tour was the first one to implement like the swing stick. Like you use your stick to do the swing, and it didn't have a gauge, so you actually had to like you had to like study your full swing and then bring it in, and then actually like have a momentum to do it.
Wait, so they don't have the gauge anymore? Like the thing with
I don't know, in the newer games they may have brought the gauge back, but the old games, like when they first released it, it did not have a gauge. Your gauge was like you actually looking at the player model, how they swing. And people had different swings. So you had to study their swing, and then you can like either do a half swing or a quarter swing or a whole swing by the swing of your stick. So their actual putter followed your stick movements, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Or their actual golf club rather followed your stick movements. And so they had where you can aim and everything, like you can look down the field and like it will say like 100% swing. If you do 100% swing, this is where the ball is going to land at. So you can actually like gauge where you want to go based off your swing and stuff. It was really cool. And I mean, obviously the win factor, I mean, all golf games have win factors and stuff like that. But in Tiger Woods, in particular, Tiger Woods PGA Tour, I don't know if they have this in the 2K because it's probably patented or whatever. But you get something called Tiger Vision. So like you remember how Tiger used to like he used to kneel down with his putter and like look? It was called Tiger Vision, and it would be like it used to have like this like sound effect, like it was like whoosh, and like the whole screen would kind of go dark, and you have like a cone, and you can like study the green like that way and stuff like that. It was so fucking cool. And like if you get like a perfect swing or like a really good swing, like it was so cinematic too. I want y'all to look this shit up. It was fucking cool at the time though, right? If you get a perfect swing, like it would be like the cinematic bars would go over your game, like it was like whoosh, ding, and then it would make that sound effect like whoosh, ding, and it would like close in on your player model's eyes, like he'll be looking at the ball while it's in the air, like holding the putter, like looking at it like a Clint Eastwood type
fucking anime, bro. Like
like animated Clint Eastwood or something like that, like his old,
when like the character with glasses like has the glint in the eye, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly actually what happened. Oh my god, you're right. That's exactly what happened.
Hilarious.
So you make the perfect swing, and then it'll be like it'll start making like a heartbeat sound because like you're either about to get a hole in one or your balls with the land, land really close to the hole, like do 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 do, and then especially if you do like a really perfect punt, right? It's like an eagle putt or something like that, right? You hear people in the crowd, get the fuck in there, get it. They don't say get the fuck in there, like get in there, and everything. It was the most hype like fucking golf game ever, dog. That's why I'm so mad when they lost. They took away all that shit because the Tigers like cheating or whatever. I was like, this game's never going to be the same. So I
Yeah.
don't know if 2K can capture that, but that's what made PGA Tour, EA's PGA Tour, like crazy good. Like it was so fucking fun, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Well, someday I'll play a fucking golf game. Why not? I mean, I do like golf. I like golf games. I've played them before, so. All right, Montrell, let's move on. We're done with news. We need to check in with our guesses for the Guess the Metascore segment here. We got Doom the Dark Ages, which came out last week. And I think we probably forgot to do this last week.
We did.
And yeah, the game is sitting at an 85.
We definitely overshot this one.
We did, but you're closest. You guessed a 9.1. I guess 9.2. I was expecting higher for this game. It didn't quite make it. So you got me on this one. You clipped me. And that's what I get for only giving myself 8% of the entire scale to work with. So, but yeah, Elden Ring Night Rain, we have coming, I think it's next week, right?
Yeah, the 30th. It comes out on the 30th.
I believe. Okay. So we'll probably have that one to talk about next week on the show more than likely, but we'll see. That one I'm actually really interested in like how
it's only $40 too, by the way. So
yeah. Okay. I'm really interested to see how it's going to be received by players, not critics. I don't really care about critics that much.
Yeah, I was talking to my other group chat. We think it's going to be reviewed badly by other players because it's not going to be a game you can actually build. I think the build, quote unquote, is going to be the team comp, and people are going to have a hard time adjusting to that.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, and that they can't like customize their own character, right?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the only thing you can do is pick between two, power ups. Like it's almost like a rogue. Like,
yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, yeah, that's what we got this week. So I did realize though that I forgot to talk about Claire Obscure in the games I'm playing.
Oh yeah.
Shit. So I'm gonna do that now.
Oh my god.
Here at the end of the show. Sorry, Montrell. Yeah, so I'll try to get through this quick. I'm playing the game. I'm in Act 2. I'm kind of guessing I'm about halfway through the game. I've been on a league kick all week, so I really haven't played that much since like the weekend. But I got through Act 1. I'm part of the way through Act 2, and yeah, this game's phenomenal, man. Like I really do. If you're gonna take a break from League, like I really recommend you just jump into this right now. This game is an absolute love letter to JRPGs, like in a lot of ways. I think it's just really well made. I was talking with DJ in the chat about it too, and it's like the fact that a 30-person team made this game. And yes, I know they have a bunch of like support studios and shit. Every fucking game has that shit. So like, I'm not like, let's we don't need to include that in the number of people who worked on the game. Yeah, the fact that a 30-person like core team made this game is honestly incredible. Because if I didn't know that, and you just told me that this was like a AAA game that some big publisher made, I would believe you. Like it's really that well made. The only knock I can really give it is the graphics aren't fully. They're not really like super crisp all the way there necessarily, but it's like such a minor quibble. The game still looks great overall. Ultimately, I will say story wise, no spoilers here, but I will try to be as vague as possible. There's something that happens at the end of Act 1 that I am still sitting on, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I really need to finish the game to see how it all plays out, to kind of come to how I feel about it, because I'm kind of mixed on it right now, and yeah, I'm not sure many people agree with me, so I'm wondering if maybe like later in the game it's you kind of it all works, when the whole story kind of plays out. I will say I did have to turn the difficulty down in the game though. I was
really?
I was playing on expert, and dude, it's just obnoxious. I just got tired of it. Like it's I was hoping that this would be like other RPGs where like over the course of the game, even on expert, the game gets easier. And I'm sure that's the case at some point. But dude, it was just taking too much time, and I had to redo so many fights because I mean, you're still, dude, even through the end of Act 1, you're getting one shot, a lot of the time, or two shot, if you miss a parry or
Mm-hmm.
dodge. And I'm just like, I don't have the patience for this right now. Like I don't think it's worth it. And I also was kind of getting annoyed with it from the perspective of like building your characters is not fun in that mode because you take so much damage. So like investing in like HP and defense doesn't even feel like it's relevant because you have to overinvest to make it worth it, which would reduce your damage. So it's like one of those things you kind of just have to like learn how to parry and dodge in order to make the mode feasible. So I went down to Expeditioner, which is normal, and I'm enjoying the game a lot, you know, playing it that way. And it is significantly easier. It's not really, but I will say it's not like so much easier that it's like brain off type easy. So I still think there's enough of a challenge there for certain for people. Certainly. But yeah, there's just some cool stuff too in the game with the there's like this world map, you kind of get the JRPG world map, that they have in the game, kind of like sort of like old Final Fantasies and stuff that you run around in and go to different zones basically, which is cool. Like it's kind of a cool throwback in that regard. And I do think the characters in this game are really good for the most part. This is another reason I want you to play the game, though. I really want to talk spoilers on this game because I do have some feelings about the game's narrative and characters. I've really only heard like universal praise for the game so far, and I do have some negatives that I'd like to discuss and not feel like I'm crazy necessarily. Not even necessarily negatives per se, but like I have a little bit different view of the story in some ways. So yeah. Other than that, though, I don't know. I don't know how much more I have to say about the game right now. I'm not fully through it. I will say the environments are really cool. The areas you go through, they're a lot bigger than I was expecting them to be. There was one place in particular that I was in this zone for like 2 hours. Like it was humongous, dude, to explore. It had a lot of different paths you could take and stuff. Largely linear, but like still there was a lot of side paths and different little side quests you can do in the zone. And it was like I wasn't expecting the game to have areas this big. So it is cool to kind of see that stuff too. It's not like you really don't feel like there's limitations here with what they made. Like that it doesn't feel like they were limiting themselves when they were designing the game and kind of building it. So yeah, I think it's a great game. Definitely worth checking out. So Marshall, you think you're gonna jump into it actually, or you're gonna reinstall
Yeah.
League tonight and dive back into solo queue?
I actually did reinstall it. Just because like talking it over with you, I was like, okay, I just probably need to get that out. But I'm not going to
Yeah.
be playing like I'm not going to be
Okay.
playing ranked. I'll probably just play some norms or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give yourself a palate cleanser, man. Clair Obscur is it's a fun time. And I think you're in for you're in for a good narrative, experience for sure. They
Okay.
took their narrative seriously in this game, and I appreciate that. So yeah. All right, that's it. We'll call it here. Montreal, is there anything else you want to discuss before we head out today?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Well, guys, if you like this show, please like the show, review the show, and subscribe to the show on whatever feed you are listening to it on. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you'd like to interact with the show on Twitter, you can do so at The Players Take, or you can send us questions, or you can send us questions to theplayerstake01@gmail.com, and we will answer them on the show. All right. Well, that'll be it for us, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week.